Yeah, guys, welcome to my new football debate show, now called The Buzz. Um, Obviously, it was the football debate show before, pretty much, but now it's the new name called The Buzz, of course, because of the bees. It's got to be The Buzz, isn't it? So, yeah, change that name now, but obviously it's still pretty much the same stuff. We're all going into these sort of obviously topics with football and all the major stuff, dissecting it all, putting the spotlight on everything. All to do with obviously mainly the Premier, but obviously other football from other leagues as well. If we can talk about that, we will. So obviously for now, it's obviously because of the new season coming up, as we all know, starting on the 17th, the new Premier season. Not long now. Come on. Let's have it. The new Premier season is coming. Brilliant. That's what we all wanted after the Euros. We couldn't wait for this to come back, and that's what it is. And obviously, we've had plenty of friendlies now, plenty of practice matches, warm-ups, and to get all our players fit, ready for the new season. And, with various successes and obviously failures, some of them, but it's all pre-season. Who cares about the results, eh? Who gives a toss? I know I don't. It's all just for match fitness at the end of the day. That's what it's all about. And obviously, I will be starting my debate very soon. I'm going to have a few guests on. I've got one guest here waiting patiently already, and I'll bring him on. He's an actual Bristol City fan. Yeah, so obviously from the Championship. But we accept everyone here, even teams from the Championship. So that's cool. And I know he does support I'm sure he supports another team, but obviously I'll find that out in a little while. But we're going to start bringing him on first, and then we'll talk about it. And that's Harry, otherwise known as Honeygun. Be up, bro. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very well, thanks, Steve. Thanks for having me on, as always. Big pleasure.
No, I know, you do support various other teams, don't you? It's not just Bristol City. You got, is it AC Milan or Inter Milan? You got
I'm actually wearing an Inter Milan shirt today. So, they're probably my favourite team in Italy, I'd say. But of course, my main team is Bristol City. But I do like a lot of other local non-league teams like Chippenham Town, Western-super-Mare, Bath City, teams like that as well. So I do support a wide variety of teams.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so you got various interests there with teams. Do you think Bristol City got a chance of coming up this season?
Well, I'd say we've had a very good summer window, and I think we can have I'm not sure making the playoffs. Of course, always a tough season in the Championship. Of course, you know about being a Brentford fan. It took you. It was a long project for Brentford to get up into Premier League, but they eventually managed to get there. So hopefully we can sneak in there. It's going to be tough. I do think we've got a great chance this year because we have got some quality players, I do believe. So hopefully we can give it a real good go next season.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, man. It's a long process. I'm sure you'll get there. Bristol City, a good team. I think they'll come up eventually. I like to see all little teams. Well, you probably say they're not little. You'd think of them as not a little team, but they are in a way, aren't they? A bit like us. They're trying to get up into the big league, and we made it, and I'm sure they will do at some stage. Pretty good team, Bristol City. So I hope you do well there, man. I hope you do well this season. But
also, too.
Yeah, sorry, go on, mate.
No, sorry. Yeah, I was just say I hope we do well next season too. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, no worries, Harry. I think you will, man. I think you will. I've got my other guest on here, of course, Mr. T as well. He's in the building. How you doing, my friend?
All good, thank you, mate. And as I mentioned to you, I'm currently watching the Olympics. I just saw the last 10 or so minutes of the men's football semi-final between Spain and Morocco. Heartbreak for the Atlas Lions, but
Oh,
hopefully
well.
they will win the bronze. And of course, the other final will feature Alex Lacazette against Mohamed El Neni, two ex-Arsenal
Well, yeah.
players who are now competing themselves for a medal. All reports say that it could be a Spain-France clash in the final with an Arab-African clash for the bronze. But I've started a bit of a debate on the group chat by saying that nobody should ever tell me that international football is better than club football, because with international football, and I don't want to be disrespectful, because I know you boys are very big fans of your clubs, but when you play for your nation, you don't play for a pay packet every week.
No,
And
of
it's
course not.
basically for something which is even bigger than you. It's for your family, your mates, your entire your community, your nation, and it's something that unites fans of all teams together. Especially if you're not from a city or a town in England which has a football team in the top division. Like technically I grew up in Kent, and my team would probably be Dartford. And you only need to take a look at. There's another Arsenal fan named Bertie Wanless, who's part of Gooner Gathering, who talks about a huge rivalry between teams like Dartford and Ebbsfleet, for example, where a close mate of mine lives. But I will, of course, talk about that reasoning later in the group chat. I know
No,
both of you are on there. But there's something about international football that's really, really, really appealing. But we're on a club football stream, so I'll shut my mouth and say hello to you, Mr. B. And Harry, good evening to you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks, Manny. Hope you're all well. You're yourself as well.
Yeah, can't complain. And obviously, we have a lot to talk about. So let's get the show on the road, shall we, Mr. B?
Yeah, man. Just quickly pick up what you saying there about the international thing. I do like it as well. I do really do. But I mean, you don't know if you get as many that are interested in playing for their country anymore as you used to. Because a lot of them, I think, are mercenaries. Some of them nowadays just want the money.
Ben White.
Bad cough you got there, man. You better sort that out, mate. No, I mean, yeah. Some just aren't in it, are they? For that, they want money, and that is it. And I hate that. But we're not going to bring that subject up today. That'd be for another show. But yeah, that is good. And I think everyone used to love playing for their country, but might not be the same now. But anyway, yeah, let's move on. And obviously, we're going to go into the first subject. I mean, we're supposed to be having other guests on. I think Joe's supposed to be joining, but I don't know when he will be. And I think, who else was it? Tony, maybe? He was possibly coming on. And who else was it? Arnie, I think, as well. But they're always welcome to join when they can. If they want to join later on, that's fair enough. But obviously, we'll move on. And I will just before we carry on, lads, I'm just going to bring this up and talk about this first. This channel does not condone or tolerate body shaming, racism, homophobia, or any other verbal or written act of bullying or abuse. And the person who decides on this shameful act will be removed from the live chat and the panel, obviously, the stream. And I know you lads won't do that. I know. I trust you too, never to do anything like this. I know you're not like that. But there are obviously people that may come on in the live chat or whatever that will do something, and they will instantly be ejected. So I'm just making that clear, so everyone knows. We do not condone it at all. So, right. So I'll move on to the first one, and it's going to be to do with the actual laws of football, the new season. Obviously, what we're going to have, and obviously I'll just bring this banner up first and get into talking about that. There's been new rules and laws for the new season. Will these improve how the matches go? Will things run smoother? Will VAR be better this season? Or will we get more dodgy decisions? Can the refs get better? Oh, this is going to be a tough one, I think.
It's going to be a real controversial one.
Yeah, be up, James. James in the building there. Evening, lads. Yeah, evening to you, bro. Hope you're having a good one. Everton supporter, of course. Yeah, but before we go any further, lads, I'm going to bring the page up and actually we can see what's Obviously, it's going to be to do with the offside thing because obviously it's going to be the semi-automated. We're having that, of course. So I'm going to I'm just going to try and find it. Sorry, lads. Yeah, here we go. And just got to bring this up. Sorry about this, guys, but it's coming. There we go. Semi-automated offside technology approved by clubs for 2024-25 season. So this was obviously implemented in the Euros, wasn't it? I believe.
Yes.
So what do we think? I'll just read this first, and then we'll go into it. Premier League clubs have approved unanimously the use of semi-automated offside technology (SAOT) for the 24-25 season. The plan is to introduce the system after one of the international breaks in September or October, the Premier League said. FIFA first used the technology at the 2022 Men's World Cup in Qatar. Oh, yeah, of course they did, didn't they? It is anticipated SAOT would cut the length of a video assistant referee VAR check by offside by 31 seconds. In a statement, the Premier League said the state-of-the-art technology will provide quicker and consistent placement of the virtual offside line based on optical player tracking. It also added SAOT will produce high-quality broadcast graphics to ensure an enhanced in-stadium and broadcast experience for supporters. Our aim is to introduce the technology for, next season for FA Cup ties hosted by Premier League clubs and for the semi-finals and final at Wembley Stadium. Well, I thought it was actually for the Premier League season, for this season. Decisions as to whether a player is in an offside position is interfering with play, whether a player is onside where a defensive player has touched the ball and the contact has been deemed deliberate, will still begin subjectively with the on-field referee. The system was also trialled at the 2021 Arab Cup and Club World Cup, where it was estimated to have reduced the time taken to make offside VAR decisions from 70 to 25 seconds. The use of VAR for offside calls has continued to be a controversial subject in the top flight, with a number of high-profile incidents dominating the headlines in recent seasons. Yeah, don't we know? In September, a breakdown in communication led to VAR failing to overturn an incorrect decision to allow a Luis Diaz goal. I remember that, for offside during Liverpool's 2-1 defeat at Tottenham. We all remember that one, don't we? Should we? Yeah, I'll read that. So what do you guys make of that? Starting with you, Manny.
Well, first of all, let me start by saying that if the Premier League are now starting to realise that, it's important to improve efficiency and cut down controversy as much as possible, well done to them. It's a start. But we all know, Steve, that it never, ever should have taken them this long to try and, do it. They knew, of course, that the technology was being used well in Qatar in the World Cup for 22-23. And yet they spent the whole of the following season sitting on their hands, literally, while allowing more and more unsavory incidents to take place to the detriment of the game as a whole. Pardon me, I do apologise for that. That was dreadful. That was dreadful.
Yeah, I won't eject you for that, Manny. Don't worry.
yeah, and obviously, I deserve that for that ridiculous fake cough. I've learnt my lesson now. But I was saying to you, Steve, that Jesus Christ, I've lost my train of thought. Yes, I remember saying to you that sooner or later in the long run, the bigwigs at the top would start to realise that the continued controversy would be at a detriment to the game in the long run because fans are going to start losing interest in that. And for far too long, these bosses have been dining out on the fact that for all of its faults, and believe me, it isn't perfect, the Premier League is the most watched league in world football today. And so the amount of money that players end up getting in the form of big salaries is pretty much a reflection of that. And so as long as people are going to tune in to watch their favourite teams play week in, week out, the money's going to keep rolling in and no one's going to bother. But now I think they've started to realize that you can't get away with that. But why didn't they take a look at the World Cup and see and consider applying it the previous season? Had they done that, they wouldn't have had these issues in the first place. They should have been a lot more proactive. They should have thought of how best they could improve the game, and they failed to do that. So this particular system obviously may not necessarily be perfect, but it does seem to provide a more stringent and non-controversial means of judging whether or not a player is offside, and more often than not, I can't see them see them getting it wrong. So, however much it may take to apply this technology, I say spend that money wisely because it will come back to you. It's a little bit like, and I know this is not the best example, but when you pay your taxes to the government, eventually it comes back to you in the form of other benefits. So sometimes if you want to improve something, you've got to spend some money. And I say well done to the FA for doing this, but they should have done it a lot earlier. And so to answer the questions you've answered, I think the fact that time is going to be reduced by this technology means that it will run a lot more smoothly. So hopefully we shouldn't get as many dodgy decisions. And I've always said that technology isn't a means of trying to show up incompetent officials, but basically to help them do their jobs a little bit better. And as a cricket fan like me, Steve, you'll know that you'll know how well that's being applied in that sport. So it has to be applied in all other sports. And we're also seeing with an Olympics connection how dodgy technology has cost our Team GB athletes some pretty big medals. But at least in the Olympics, you're going to see people still celebrating having a medal around their neck and not petulantly ripping it off because they wanted something higher. But without digressing, I think it's a good thing. Hopefully, it's the start of the FA becoming more accountable. And if it means that they end up changing their ways for the better and ensuring a better quality product over this coming season and subsequent seasons, long may it continue.
Yeah, well said, mate. Well said. How about you then, Harry? What do you think about all this, man?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's only a good thing, but I think it's coming into the Premier League with semi-automated offsides, as we've seen, as mentioned quite recently at the Euros. The very very efficient when calling an offside, and I think that's what we needed in the Premier League because we see some like some of the decisions last season were taking far too long, and then that in turn give allows more minutes to be added on to games and players playing longer and getting more injuries. So I think it's going to reduce the amount of injuries as well, which is another good thing. To focus on the players' welfare as well. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. I do agree with Manny as well. Maybe they could have thought about it a lot sooner because I just think that last season there were far too many just horrendous errors by the VAR and the on-field referees as well. So maybe the FA could have acted sooner, but I think it's a good thing that now added the semi-automated offsides into the English game.
Yeah. Well said as well, man. Well said. I pretty much agree with both of you lads there. I think it was implemented well in the Euros. What I saw of it there, it was everything was done quickly. If it was offside or not, we got a quick decision. Didn't take forever because, like with VAR, you was getting things lasting. I don't know 5 or 6 minutes or something minutes or more, almost to come up with an actual decision. And I thought, well, no, it shouldn't take that long. It should be instant like that. And this does make it more instant, and I think it's all the better. And this is one good thing I think they've implemented now. And it's gonna we're gonna find out who is offside and who isn't. I mean, will it still? Is it actually infallible though? Could it still come to the wrong decision? I mean, we're talking about all that stuff we had where you get like 1 inch of the person's elbow or bit of the shoulder or bit of the, because they say whatever part you can score with is offside and part of the body, and it's like a little toenail or something, and you're given offside. And I just think that's wrong still. I mean, you know, where was the benefit of doubt? The striker used to get benefit of doubt, didn't they? I always remember that. If you just proved slightly offside or a little bit, you were still given the benefit of the doubt because it wasn't proved correct. But now with this, you know, it's still like almost like one little bit, one hair out of place or something over the line or something else, and it's given offside. And you know, and that stops us getting all the goals. You know, we want goals in the game, and you know, there's pluses and minuses for this. I think. What do you think about that, Manny?
Yeah, I'll let Harry go first because I went
I
first
thought Harry.
last time.
Yeah. You go first, mate.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, best, Steve. Yeah, I'm not really sure how this is gonna work. I suppose time will only tell. But yeah, it does seem like VAR is chalking off goals for the marginal amount of an offside. The one that always sticks in my mind is the Coventry Man United semi-final at FA Cup.
Oh yeah.
When it was Haji Wright who hand scored this and out, where from other angles of it, like he was onside. So yeah, that seemed very harsh, and it's gonna be interesting to see whether they go a little bit lenient this time. But yeah, we shall see what happens. But I think overall will be a good thing. But only time we'll tell it with it.
Yeah, big up, Joe. By the way, you're still welcome to come on, mate, if you're able. I did send you the link, so you can come on if you want to still, man. You know. But anyway, so Harry's had his say. So what about you then, Manny? What do you think about that?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, obviously, you know, this is just another example of us trying to have the penny and the bun, in my opinion, because, you know, we can't, on one hand, criticize the Premier League for not doing enough to get rid of, you know, these dreadful decisions which are making a mockery of the game, and then, you know, say we should provide some leeway for more marginal issues, such as marginal offsides, which could deny certain goals because we want to see goals. You know, I'm a firm believer that when it comes to trying to eradicate mistakes, we've got to make sure that we're all in. You either have no mistakes at all, or you allow mistakes to be made. And the problem is there can be no grey area here. So I get what you're saying, and obviously that goal which Harry mentioned, Haji Wright in that
Yeah.
in that
FA
semi-final, which Coventry deserved to win, but sadly ended up losing to the eventual champions on penalties, and it was absolutely heartbreaking for the Sky Blues fans. I can definitely understand that, but you know, that is sort of the way it is, and I think what exacerbated the feeling of injustice was the fact that particular season in the leagues we saw a lot of horrible decisions being made almost in all leagues, not just in
recent years.
Sorry, I think that was Joe. I just muted him there. Sorry. I think it was coming from Joe, wasn't it? Sorry about that, Joe, mate. I'll bring you on.
That's cool.
Bring you on soon. Anyway, carry on, mate. Carry on, Manny.
Yeah. So I think, like I said, if we didn't have so many horrible decisions in the in the entire football league that season, maybe it wouldn't have rankled so much. And it's just one of those fine lines, fine margins, really. And you also have to give credit to Mark Robbins and the Coventry City fans. Instead of, you know, cursing the referee and cursing their luck and saying you cost us our potential chance of European football, because bear in mind, if Coventry had won, they would have faced City in the final and would themselves have been guaranteed European football via the Europa League as a wonderful, wonderful bonus for that magnificent run. But instead, they showed their appreciation for their team for putting in a fine performance. And I would definitely go so far to say that morally, they were the true winners that day, regardless of what the likes of Marcus Rashford and the other Manchester United fans will probably say. And no, I don't mean to diss them, but that's just the way it is. But again, going back to what I was saying, sometimes you've just got to take the rough with the smooth and accept that in pursuit of perfection, you are going to lose a little bit of marginal decisions, and you are going to lose some goals in the process. And that is just a part and parcel of it. Because we have to evolve and we have to make sure that we get a little bit better. We have to be better yesterday, I often say. And so that means that we are going to have to take these steps and accept that these marginal offsides are going to be called, goals will be denied, and that's a part and parcel of it. And we saw several of those in the Euros, and we saw perhaps a really big example was how Argentina thought that they had secured an undeserved draw against Morocco in the Olympics, only for the match to somehow be to end up resumed following crowd trouble, and VAR determining that there was an offside in the build-up to the Argentina equaliser, so that was disallowed, and Morocco ended up securing a magnificent win, which helped them qualify for the next stage, and they could have made the final potentially, but lost out today, while Argentina went home with their tails between their legs and no Olympic medals. So we're just going to have to accept that, we're going to lose a lot of these marginal goals due to marginal offside calls. But that's going to be a part of it. And if anything, that really adds a lot more to the drama and makes the game more and more and more must-see TV.
Yeah, well said, my friend. And Joe, big up to you, brother.
You're in it. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was there, like, it's supposed to be late. You're supposed to be late. And then you sent the link. I was like, oh, yeah, you did.
No, I was a slightly bit late. I think I was about, 2, 3, 4 minutes late? I know because Harry was here already, weren't you?
I was going to say, I was like,
but Manny,
this is just me. Like, he's organised with the link and everything, but like, you know what I mean? I was like, oh no, I'm late.
Yeah, but you're here, man. Anyway, so what are your thoughts on all this? We're talking about the semi-automatic offside thing, technology now.
I mean, it worked. It worked in the Euros, but will it work with the actual referees? You know what I mean?
Better refs, yeah.
Yeah,
better standards.
I can imagine it being so simple, but our refs won't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
That's the standard of refs, isn't it? In our country. Yeah, go on, Harry. What are you going to say, mate?
For the quality of this league, and obviously, the league has the most income and the most viewers worldwide. It's shocking, really. Like, we have probably the worst standard of refereeing, and it's mad that they always get protected by these these people behind the what is it called, the PGMOL, and it is a joke, really, to be fair, and hopefully it does improve soon. But yeah, I don't know how these referees are going to cope with the new semi-automated offsides. But again, I guess we'll have to wait and see during the next upcoming Premier League season.
Anyway, back to you, Joe, because obviously you were going to tell us something about it. I know you said something about the Euros and about it was done in that, and I thought it was done well in the Euros as well.
It was done well.
Standards of refereeing much better.
The only bad with the controversial one was when it was referees that were English at the time, like the Netherlands France game. You know what I mean? Like, how on earth did they think Dumfries is obstructing mine? And it's beyond me. Like, you weren't going to get there.
Yeah. So, well, even giving that penalty to us, how did we get that? And the guy's got to make a challenge. He can't just let Harry Kane kick the ball. He's got to make a challenge, Dumfries. So,
exactly.
How the hell that was a penalty, I don't know.
No, I don't think that was a pen.
No. I mean, there was
What's the other one? Was it Michael Oliver with Germany Denmark as well? I think it never one was. So yeah, everyone's good. But
the worst one, in my opinion, was Anthony Taylor not giving Germany a penalty for an obvious handball by Mark Cucurella. That was disgraceful.
Yeah. When you see a lot of them given like anything away from the body, hands away from the body.
Warren, good evening to you. I'm all right. Thank you very much indeed, and great to see you in the chat. And we'd love to hear your perspectives on everything too.
Yeah, but if your hand is in an unnatural position, they say, like away from the body, it's a handball. It's a penalty. And why wasn't Cucurella's one given as a handball?
Because he's eating paella and drinking Australia.
Honestly,
a little bit biased there, Joe. A little bit biased, mate, because he's from your team.
Honestly, he's going to get so much hate from this season. It's like Jorginho in the last Euros.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the first game, we got City, so watch Haaland like body him.
I'll be interested to see. I'll be interested to see how he does against Arsenal, and maybe Ben White might try some nonsense against him. But this time around, I think the Chelsea boys will probably sit him down and say, "Oi, you had your chance to win a Euros medal, and you didn't. You rejected it. Wind your neck in and sit down, son."
Exactly. But I'm just going to say hello to a few people in the live chat because we've had a few people in here. Oh, Joe, where did he come from? Oh, he was in the live chat. No, he's in the panel. Oh, amazing.
Oh, look at that.
That's a trick, mate, isn't it? You into magic or something, or what? Anyway,
say my name live here.
Of course, James. We got James, and of course we got Warren. We've all said hello to Warren as well, and Chelsea fan, of course, he's in here. So I just wanted to say hello to a few people in there, and before we moved on, I mean, obviously, I think we got obviously it's going to be trialled more. From what this article's saying, though, it will be in the Premier, but not from the start of the campaign.
Great.
The statement read at a Premier League shareholders meeting today. Clubs unanimously agreed to the introduction of semi-automated offside technology. The new system will be used for the first time in the Premier League next season. So this was obviously, when was this? This has got to be 23. What was the... can't see the date. Yeah. 24, let's say. Oh, okay. But anyway, but yeah, so it's saying it will be used in the Premier, but only was introduced after one of the autumn international breaks. So obviously it will happen in the international matches or something first. So the technology will provide quicker and consistent placement of the virtual offside line based on optical player tracking. Will produce high-quality broadcast graphics to ensure an enhanced in-stadium and broadcast experience for supporters. Hey, that sounds good, doesn't it, lads? Eh? Yeah.
I don't know what to think at this point.
Yeah, so it's going to be part ways with Hawkeye, which was the usual thing they used. Extensive trials and analysis have been conducted throughout the season, but SEOP will not be available until after one of the 3 autumn international breaks. Though there's no confirmation if that will be in September, October or November, as the Premier League wants to be sure the technology is reliable. How about your referees being reliable?
Why did they not do this at the end? Why did they not do this at the end of last season?
Yeah.
I know. I mean, technically, you can say like Man City and Arsenal were still in the title race, maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who he's on about. He's got red hair, but Chelsea fan. There's none of us, is it? So
definitely not me.
Joe ain't got that.
Cucurella who dyed his hair like after the Euros.
Oh yeah, that's what he's on about.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
I thought that's what he's on about, the red hair with Cucurella.
Yeah, or Cinderella as I call him. Yeah, but Anyway, guys, I'll just read a little bit more. I don't think we really need to carry on with this. I mean, it's obviously not going to be to start with, as it's saying. We're not going to get this right from the very first matches. But yeah, it's also saying obviously why does VAR offside need to change? But also it's saying La Liga has already announced it will introduce it for their season and Serie A and so forth. So long delays, perceived inaccuracies, and a lack of confidence in the system among fans, players, and coaches, and that's just for starters. Skepticism also comes from the poor visualisation of decisions. With lines placed, we all know this, lines placed on the pitch that cannot replace a person's own perspective of an offside decision on a camera angle. A player may look onside, but the technology says they are offside. What does the Premier League hope to solve? Firstly, selecting the exact point the ball is touched by the passer cannot be determined accurately because of the frame rate of TV cameras. 50 frames per second used across all major leagues. Secondly, the VAR manually selects the farthest forward point on both defender and attacker, or the ball if applicable, which cannot be applied consistently. This time taken to judge offside. The time taken to judge offside. In some cases, up to 5 minutes for complex decisions adds further frustration. Yeah. All in all, supporters don't really trust the process as it works now, not helped by a number of high-profile errors. You know about them. In February, the VAR had failed to identify that. That a Brentford player was offside.
They got that one right.
Arsenal. On the same day, the lines had been placed on the wrong Crystal Palace defender, leading to a Brighton and Hove Albion goal incorrectly being disallowed. By the way, the Brentford one doesn't matter. I'm not bothered. And they got
the Brentford one
offside on the field at Tottenham Hotspur, which the VAR mistakenly failed to correct. However, the error on the Luis Diaz goal was primarily around communication rather than the technology. Yeah, we know. An issue SEOT would not be able to fix by itself, but one that a less complicated process may help to prevent. Why is semi-automated offside technology better? SEOT automates the process outlined above and produces a result in a much quicker time frame. It removes all subjectivity. It's easy for me to say. I ain't got my teeth in. From these two parts of the process. But there is no human wrong. The Premier League believes the average time taken for an offside VAR review will be cut by 31 seconds. The Premier League is also confident that SEOT will increase confidence in decision-making by reducing the reliance on checking all potential offsides, therefore reducing the likelihood that a potential offside decision is missed by VAR. The semi-automated part comes in because the VAR still has to validate the offside decision. The technology cannot tell whether an attacker is actively involved in play or confirm the ball was touched by a teammate of that player. Do I need to carry on? Probably not. I think this is just going on too long. But this thing I might just talk about more accurate. So, are we going back to toenail offsides, as I've already mentioned? This was always the fear that when a more accurate system was first spoken of, right now VAR offside has a tolerance level or benefit of the doubt due to laws in the process around accuracy and consistency. That benefit of the doubt is to be removed. Yeah. With decisions based upon the result delivered to the VAR. It means we seem set to go back to the incredibly marginal offside decisions we saw when VAR was first introduced. It's also possible there could be more offside goals due to increased accuracy for measuring the correct point on the arm where a player can play the ball. This is level with the bottom of the armpit going around the arm. This is really hard to do manually, so in the Premier League, the badge area tends to be used. In reality, the correct position is marginally higher up the arm, and when this is applied, is this is applied precisely with Sayot, it is possible that the defensive offside line could move up the pitch slightly and create more offside situations. But it does depend on the situation and the position of players. It could move an attackers slightly back to and place them onside. What do we make of all
Going to
that?
be offside on this one, lads. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't know. Is it just making it more confusing?
Just see what happens, mate. Just see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it does improve all the mistakes in the Premier League right now with the officiating. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think maybe the fact that bringing it in a little bit, like not from the start of the season, makes it seem like I'm still not sure how it's gonna change the game. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Really, like Joe said as well, what happens with it next season. I think it's all very unclear what's going to work next season at the moment.
I bet you're happy that Bristol City are on the Premier League.
Oh yeah, 100%. I just wish VAR just wasn't a thing altogether, really, because I just missed that. Well, in the Premier League, I'm sure you missed that.
Benefit of the doubt.
That feeling of just scoring a goal without no why of it being like disallowed or the linesman flagging for offside.
Yeah, especially
that's what I last feeling in the Championship.
It's just made it more. I think it's made it more difficult now to tell which is definitely got offside and which isn't, because all this toenail business and whatever. I mean, how can you really say that you got one little bit's offside and the rest is onside? How fair is that? That it's not given, and that's why we're seeing less goals sometimes in games, because the goals that should be given aren't, because they keep thinking they're offside. They're going to this system, and just because you're a slightly little bit offside, that's it. The goal is disallowed.
We'll just cut everybody's toenails and arms and whatnot.
Yeah.
Everyone will be size 7.
Yeah.
That's a trick to
you size 10? No, mate, you've got to cut it down.
Or we all turn into a ghost or something, or whatever.
We've had a massive loophole to get around these offsides.
Yeah, I just think it's bloody just mad. I don't like it. You go back to the good old days where you just like benefit of the doubt for the striker. There you go. Go carry on. Because now, like, you don't know, right? You go on and score a goal. You don't know if it's actually given or not. So you celebrate in a goal that might not be given, and so you've got to wait until they do this decision to prove whether it was onside or offside, and then you've got to try and, like, how do you celebrate all over again? Because he scored. We will get that excitement, don't we? When we get a goal.
It would be nice if they actually said, like, the referees actually turn around and say what happened, if that makes sense. When they announce it on the tannoy. Like rugby do. They should do it like that. Like, person is offside, things like that. And also, fans have to see it while they're in the ground.
Yeah. And don't get me started on that bloody handball rule, man. That is just a joke. Because, like, how can you sometimes? I was seeing some of them decisions when the arms go out. You can't. How can you get them out of the way, possibly a millisecond out of the way, to stop the ball hitting it?
Yeah. Or
anything like that. And you see most players, like, we all putting their arms behind their backs, trying to do that. And so how can you actually go into proper tackle or interception or block with your arms behind your back? it's
It's
just
just got
madness.
so
mate.
confusing that even the refs don't know what a handball is anymore, which is concerning.
Mm. Yeah, it's really got confusing now, lads. I just think it's, they've got to simplify things again, and it's just got too confusing. Who does it? Why anyone know what the rules are now? Really, when they're playing football,
It changes every time, doesn't it? Like there's no
yeah.
1 week it's definitely handball, and then
Make up
the
the
next
rules up
week
as we go along.
someone does the exact same, and then it's not a pen. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it's so inconsistent, isn't it? Let's be
absolutely.
honest. And we're just going to be driven mad again, driven bonkers this season with these decisions, I think.
So
So
I've,
that's
got
my
two,
team.
I've got two of my teams in the Prem, so I'm going to die of heart attack.
yeah, we're going to talk about one of your teams at least. Well, probably both actually,
Oh, man.
in a little while, Joe. So, but we're obviously going to move on because I think we've exhausted that subject, and I don't think much is going to change. I mean, I think the probably semi-automated is slightly better than VAR. I will
Have we
give it
spoke?
that.
Have we spoke about your player that you're linked with, that Benfica striker?
Oh yeah, well that Cabral bloke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I spoke about earlier on my transfer stream, being rumours and that, and well, it's possibly going to happen because it seems to be one that's like strongly linked with a lot being said about it. There's a lot actually being reported about it. So it looks like it probably will go ahead. But we've had nothing confirmed from our end, from the Bees website or anything.
Because you got Igor. Igor's injured, isn't
Yeah,
he? Yeah.
Thiago. Yeah, he's injured. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
And then at least you can get Cabral on loan and then maybe still Tony.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I want to get rid of Tony. To be honest, I just hate the guy. I'm sorry. I'm being honest. What he's done okay, he's got a lot of goals at one stage, and he's got us into the Premier, you could say. But at the end of the day, he's still disrespected us, and he's
So
gambled.
he hasn't thanked you for the season he had. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No, I know, and for actually backing him when he came back as well.
Yeah.
We backed him all the way. And what did
absolutely.
he do? He was shit in most of the games as well. I don't want. I'm going to swear. It's my channel, so
I'm the
I'm going to
captain.
swear, mate. So
I mean,
I'm sorry, but
I don't know about you, but I felt like the only good game he had for Brentford was when he came back against Forest.
oh yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
the
it.
moving of the ball.
What a big option of even covering because he moved
So is it your thing going, mate? Your Wi-Fi or something
free kick.
breaking up. Can anyone hear that? Is he breaking up, Harry Dale?
Yeah, I think you called him Harry Dale.
Huh?
What was it? Did you just call him Harry Dale?
No, I didn't, mate. No, I called him Harry.
I think that lad out there, lads. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, there you go.
It's
No
not the
worries, mate.
greatest over here at the moment.
But yeah, no, Tony moved it slightly a little bit forward.
No, but I think we move on, guys. Anyway, it's just we can talk about this till bloody we're blue in the face and bloody forever, but it's just gonna rumble on. In a way, I like the offside thing, the semi-automated. I think could be okay, but I'm not sure.
It'll be interesting what they do with the fouls one though. I think they're gonna apply like more combat sort of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to go into the laws a little bit now, but I think that's going to take forever, mate. So I think we move on. And there was going to go.
Mr. B's doing all day a stream.
Yeah, no, I can't be arsed, mate. It's going to take forever. So I'm just going to go into the next one, lads, and we get rid of that, and let's get to the next one, and what should we do? We do this. Predictions for the new season. Where will teams finish? Where do we think our own teams will end up? Could there be any surprises? Any promoted team capable of doing something?
Oh.
So we will start with you, Joe. What do
Prediction.
you think, man?
I don't know why, but I feel like we will be like a Luton, but I feel like we might be a bit better. I feel like when we sign people from the Championship, we've signed players who deserve the step up.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Liam Delap is like 20 mil, but that is like sort of a business sort of strategy sort of thing. But other signings like Amari Hutchinson's massive. Like, I'm so glad we signed him permanently. And also Muric, like the guy got robbed for Burnley at the start of the season, come back in near the end, and I felt like Burnley were a better team.
Yeah.
But the only thing with us now is like we'll probably need another DM, a left mid, possibly another striker. Who knows? So,
Yeah, I was going to go into transfers in a little while, Joe, but you've already started, mate. So,
there you go.
but I'm.
I haven't said the names. I haven't said the names. But okay, so if I do predictions, I predicted Ipswich to be 17.
Yeah, these are the fixtures, obviously.
Oh, jeez, look at
Of
that.
course, Man United starting it all off on the 16th, Friday 16th. Come on, Fulham. You do. Yeah, ESR playing for Fulham now. We're going about that and talk about that in a little while. Yeah, Ipswich. A certain team called Ipswich versus Liverpool.
I'd back us on that. Not saying us to win, but I'm saying 2-0.
That's a big game, and you're on telly, mate. You're on telly. A big game on telly.
Portman Road's going to be loud, mate. It's going to be loud.
Yeah.
Portman Road be absolutely bouncing.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, yeah, two right fellas, that will be, yeah.
Sure.
So what did you say you thought the score would be there, Joe?
2-0.
2-0.
You got to think.
I would like to go. Yeah, but don't forget Liverpool. I've got a new manager.
Yeah. But the thing is, it might just remind me of when Fergie left and then David Moyes took over United. I'm not saying that, but it could be similar. And plus, last time I think Liverpool were away to a promoted team. I think they actually did drew 2-2 with Fulham. I think. Yeah,
James. Yeah, you could be right there, mate. You could be right.
I would agree with James. But it's also Old Trafford as well, so you know that man you're going to get really fluky with VAR.
VAR always loves to favour Man United.
Yeah, look at last season when Onana clattered into that Wolves player. How is that not okay?
Yeah, they get so much luck. It's like Fergie's back there, isn't it? They think,
Fergie's at VAR.
Yeah, go, we got to do this because it's United rules, it's Fergie rules. So we got to come back, we got to do it. Give it to them. But no, I'd love to see Fulham win that. But getting back to your game, I still think, could there be an upset here? Because, it's at Ipswich. Liverpool aren't the team they were. Well, they've got new manager.
Anyone.
No, will Salah be playing? Will Jota be playing? Will Gakpo be playing? Will Nunes? Because if Nunes plays, you'll be fine anyway because he won't score.
Yeah, exactly. Pass to him all the time.
And and you got who else is it? Jones, quality, I think. Harvey Elliott, no one, all right. McAllister, yeah.
It'd be interesting though because obviously this time next year. We don't know if Trent, Virgil, Salah all going to sign their contracts.
Yeah.
Mate, honestly, I agree with Chelsea fan. That game, when we lost 4-2 to City, we basically helped City score all 4 of their goals. Absolute disaster.
Yeah, and they're the champions, of course, so, yeah. I'd love to see Ipswich do well this season. The fact it's at Portman Road, I think it will be. Yeah, he's done one game for a draw. Look, he's saying it's a draw.
James knows.
I reckon Ipswich going to get a draw in that one. Ipswich will make it difficult.
Okay.
Yeah. So no one's going for an Ipswich win. looks like could be
No.
me then. I might be going for an Ipswich win here.
Oh, hello.
You
That'd be
know?
absolutely massive.
Underestimate Arnie Slot and Liverpool at your peril. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
I think
Manny's piping up now. Look, I thought you'd gone quiet, mate.
well, I haven't really gone quiet. I mean, obviously, I've been
No.
listening to you boys talk about the possible predictions. I would love to see Fulham secure a win at Old Trafford, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
just don't know if I can see that happening. It will depend on whether or not Ten Hag has used the summer to really give a few people the kick up the backside they need. Sancho is, of course, back in the United setup. We'll see how long that lasts, but there is, of course, no more Mason Greenwood, among others. And I think Fulham obviously are going to want to try to start the new season afresh. So this obviously, I don't. It might not even be a win for either team. This could have a draw written all over it. But as far as Ipswich Town and Liverpool are concerned, as delighted as I am that Ipswich are back in the Premiership, founder members, of course, and they were back in the early 2000s. We, of course, signed Richard Wright from them following a really good season he had with them. And, well, Wright won an FA Cup and a league medal with us, but that was as good as it got as he went to Everton, and the rest is history. I think Liverpool might just eke out a very narrow win at Portman Road, but I think Ipswich will be one of those teams that are going to really fight hard to keep themselves involved. They could very well end up being like last season's Luton Town, except marginally better, I would say.
Yeah. So somebody don't hear you say that, Manny. Yeah, I think we know who. But anyway, but with you know, no, I'm going to go for a win for Ipswich. I'm going 3-2 Ipswich. Yeah.
Oh.
So plenty of goals.
Ipswich with a win.
You know, I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to do it. 3-2 Ipswich. So I don't care what anyone thinks or says. I'm going for that. So, and the Man United one, I'm going 2-1 Fulham.
I think I'm going to go 1-0. I'm going 1-0 United.
We'll go 2-1 at Man United. I think they always do well at home at Old Trafford. Well, Fulham did win last season, didn't they? Way at Old Trafford,
They
so
did, yeah.
you never know.
The only thing with Fulham is they haven't replaced Polinia, which is worrying.
Well, I thought, you know what, I thought Fulham were a decent team last season. They done really well. And, you know, I thought they were very good. And upset a lot of big teams, I think, as well. So, you know, I think they're capable this season of doing something again. So they got new signings, which we'll go into in a little while. But Arsenal Wolves, hey, yeah, Manny, here's one for you, my friend. Arsenal Wolves.
Do we really need to talk about a possible prediction here? Yeah, the only issue is, will Arsenal have enough in them to get a convincing win? And I just don't know if I can see that happening. It will be interesting to see how well Havertz does. He flopped at the Euros with Germany. I don't care what anyone says. And if it is true that Arteta has once again failed to secure a striker and will be depending on the German giraffe leading the line, then we deserve all the scorn that we can get. And I'm going to say this to you, Steve. I wouldn't even mind if Brentford actually put one over us this season because, you know, after last season, I think you deserve some luck.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, man. Cheers, my friend. Because,
So,
yeah, a certain Mr. German Giraffe, yeah, it was cheating, yeah. And should have been sent off.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to stick my neck out and go for a 2-1 Arsenal win. I think Wolves are also going to be determined to start the season afresh with a new spring in their step, and we'll see how they do.
Oh,
I think it'll be 2-1. I think Arsenal around August time they start off a bit slow, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they get wins, but like they grind them.
Yeah, well, Chelsea fans gone for a 3-0 to Arsenal. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1. I just think, like, you look at last season. I think you might have had Forest first game of the season. You were cruising 2-0. Forest made it 2-1, and then Forest were on the front foot. So.
Yeah, I like what Gary O'Neill was doing there as well. I thought he was a really good manager, and you know, if ever Thomas Frank went, I'd love him at Brentford. I think he's a really top manager. So,
He's a steady manager, any Gary O'Neill.
He's a solid manager for Wolves. Probably
done well with Bournemouth as well.
Because they get robbed by VAR so many times. I remember that last season. So, yeah, potentially you could do well with Wolves this season.
Yeah,
Probably that game for me, I reckon.
Yeah, what's the other ones? We got Everton, Brighton. Could be a tough start for Everton again. Do you think? Or
I think Everton might nick it.
Yeah,
yeah. Zach Goodison. Brighton have got that new manager who's quite young, and he's got his philosophy. And
no more deserving.
It depends if what they do with Brentford at Everton, because they've got obviously that Jake O'Brien from Lyon. He's a centre back, Irish centre back. But yeah, it depends if they maybe do him and maybe Braithwaite. That'd be a good partnership.
Yeah, I really rate Braithwaite. I really do, and I'm surprised he didn't go to the Euros. I'm surprised Southgate left him behind, but that's Southgate for you, isn't it? At the end of the day, and he's not there now, so who cares? Yeah. So, yeah, I think Everton could win that. You know, I'm going 2-1 Everton. Yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, I think 2-1.
Yeah. I think Brighton must be a bit all over the place. They've got no Deserby now. So, yeah. What are you going for that, Manny? What score are you going?
I'd probably agree and go for a 2-1 Everton win, because obviously, Dyche will want to continue where he left off with Everton, and they probably look to be a little bit more solid this season. But, obviously, forget about Cucurella. Brighton obviously have Bart Verbruggen, who was quite outstanding for the Dutch. I wouldn't say outstanding, but very solid for the Dutch as they reached the semi-finals, losing, of course, to us. And I think there will be a lot of there will be a bit of a squad upheaval as well, with the De Zerbi now gone and a new manager in. I also think that Brighton are going to be a pretty serious team this season. It's good to see them continuing to evolve and not rest on their laurels. So ride them off at your peril. But first day, Goodison Park, Everton are going to want to set the record straight. 2-1.
Yeah. How about you, Harry? What are you going with there? Harry? Is he there? Can you hear me? Is he there?
Yeah. I'll say his prediction.
Sorry?
I got to go literally right now, but I'll see what my prediction is going to be a 1-1 draw.
Okay. Oh, did you say you got a go, mate?
Both teams.
Yeah, 1-1 draw. Right. Yeah. Yeah, did you say you got to go, Harry, or what? Did you say you got to go, mate?
I think his Wi-Fi seems to be playing up, perhaps.
Yeah. Do you want to shout your socials out if you can? Before you go, if you got to go.
1 draw. But
yeah, his Wi-Fi's dying.
I think I have got to go now, lads. So,
oh, he's gone. I was going to get him to shout out his socials, but never mind. Anyway, so I think he said 1-1, didn't he, for that one? So,
yeah.
Right. Newcastle, Southampton. Newcastle should win, surely, shouldn't they? Against Newcastle, Southampton.
2 new Newcastle, I reckon.
Yeah, I'm going with that. Same as you, man.
I'll go for 3-1.
Should be a win for them. Forest versus Bournemouth. Now, Manny, you got an interest in Bournemouth, haven't you? What do you think?
Yeah, obviously, Bournemouth have been in the news for quite a few reasons, most notably their new sponsor for their shirts, and a little bit more controversy over there. And, several of their players are obviously going to want to try to prove a few more points. I don't think they've had too much in terms of squad upheaval themselves, but they are trying to improve their squad in every way they can. And Yeah, Harry's saying that the lag was
Yeah.
really bad. He had to go anyway. But just in
Don't
case
worry
people would
about it,
like
bro.
to, just in case people would like to follow him, you can catch him on YouTube at Honeygun. And if you look up Harry Minton on Instagram and I think maybe other socials, you should be able to find him.
Yeah, if you want to put your link in here, Harry, you're welcome to, my friend. If you want to put your links in or anything for your socials and so forth, your address and all that, you're welcome to, mate. Yeah.
Not where you live, though. Lad.
No, not that address. I mean, his, I mean his internet
I
thing.
can
You
imagine
know.
Harry going, "All right, I'll type in where I live."
You don't know who could turn up, do you? To his
Yeah.
address. Yeah.
Well, he comes all the way from Turkey.
anyway, Manny, you were saying, go on, carry on, mate. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about Forest and Bournemouth, right? So
Yeah.
as far as Forest are concerned, you know, they're also living a very charmed life since having come back to the Premiership. And like Ipswich, who've come back, they are also founder members. But, you know, I just get the feeling with them that they just aren't really willing to learn from their mistakes. And we probably won't be seeing Gonzalo Montiel and Ibrahim Sangare playing in Nottingham again. And
No.
they probably never. I think they'll be agreeing that instead of playing Champions League football, they ended up going to Nottingham. They might as well have stayed at their clubs. But so Bournemouth obviously going to be a team that will want to try to set the record straight and really start to prove that they deserve to be a club on the up. The only problem is, I just don't know if they'll have the strength to be able to shake off the opening day blues, as it were. So it could very well be that it ends up in a score draw. I'm going for 1-1. Neither team will want to lose this one.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Joe?
Yeah, I think like what Manny said, really. I think you look at Forest, they keep spend. Yes, they kind of got themselves out of the profits and stability rule sort of thing. But I don't know, something about them, like Manny said, they just get really lucky about it. And I think their luck might come around this season, who knows. But as for Bournemouth, small stadium, they haven't got really a lot of players that can take them to the next level. And yes, they got Solanke, but he had one good season, but can he do it again? That's the thing. Like, I know Spurs have been linked with him for, I don't think they want 63 million, Bournemouth do. But for me, I'm just like, see what he does this season. So,
Yeah. Yeah. What am I going to go for? I'm going to go 2-1 Bournemouth, like a lot of the others have said there. The other fellas have said. I'm going with that 2-1 Bournemouth. And so West Ham Villa, evening kickoff, R5. Well, late afternoon, evening. Sky Sports. Should be a cracker, actually, that one. West Ham getting a lot of players in. And they really are, Somerville and so forth. And I think is it Full Crew as well, apparently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Villa. I'm not sure they've made that many, but we'll also get into that in a little while. So what do you reckon here, lads? You, Joe? What do you think for this one?
I think this could be one of the good games this weekend. I think, like you say, Somerville, Fulcrum come in. Like, you know, they're going to start. And then you obviously got Villa, you got obviously Philogene, Matson, Onana. You know.
They've made a few, haven't they?
Yeah, they've made a good signings. I'm going to go again. I'm going to same with Ipswich Liverpool. I'm going to go 2-2. I feel like it'll be a good game of football.
Yeah. I'm going to go 1-1 for this. What about you, Manny?
Yeah, I might actually be determined. I might actually be tempted to go for a draw myself, and I can tell you right now that obviously, preparing for the Champions League, Aston Villa have made quite a few good signings.
Oh yeah,
they have let Douglas Luiz and Moussa Diaby go, obviously to try to raise a little bit more money to offset everything, but they have made some signings, Ian Matson and Amadou Onana, among others, and it will be interesting to see how well they do. They haven't really had a successful preseason as such, but obviously, they're trying to gel their players in, and the likes of Emi Martinez, Ollie Watkins and Ezri Konsa haven't come back yet, and Tyrone Mings should also be available to play some part in the season, having recovered from that injury he sustained, which ruled him out. And don't forget, Emi Buendia also will have to come back into the picture.
Yeah.
So this could
Your
also be...
favourite Martinez, really.
Yeah, and as I've told you, Martinez really owes Emery a huge thank you because, I mean, in the end, he would have been a part of that Argentina squad, which went home with its tail between its legs. Although maybe if he had been in goal, the result would have been different. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But look, both teams should be doing well this season. I just don't know if Villa are going to have a bit of a drop off given their Champions League commitments the way Newcastle did last season. But Emery is a serious, experienced manager, and I think he knows exactly what he's doing. And, unlike stupid Mick Arteta, he knows exactly what his team needs.
Yeah.
And obviously with Martinez at the back and Watkins in attack, he got his team to the Champions League. But
yes, what did Arteta do?
Yeah, well, of course, we're in the Champions League, but we lost the title.
Yeah.
2-2 between the Hammers and the Villains. This should be an absolute cracker. And it'll be very interesting to see which team dresses in claret, what Aston Villa's away shirt is going to be. I am looking forward to that.
Yeah. And you disrespect Emery at your peril, I'm afraid. And Arsenal did that. They disrespected him.
Oh, mate, don't remind me. We suffered for that twice last season. And even then, some of our fans will just never learn.
No. Nope. And anyway, let's move on to Sunday. And that's, what a game this is. Peas versus Palace, 2:00. Big match, that one, isn't it? Best match of the weekend, isn't it, lads? Yeah? Best one. It remains to be seen. But Glasner's there at Palace. I'm expecting it to be quite a tough one for us, even though we're at home. Palace, good team. Very good team now with Glasner, but no Elise anymore. I'd like to say we can win this. I really do. The only thing is we lacking our number one striker now. We just brought. He's out injured. That's the problem. Who do we go with? Do we have Tony up? Tony? Do we go with him? Or do we have, of course, we'll have Mbomo, Vissa. We've still got some striking options there. We've still got some attacking options. We've got Shardy as well, who's capable of a goal. Shardy's a smooth operator, as we all know. So, I just think... sorry, that come out with that one. So I'm going to go... I know this is taking me a long time, guys, but I just want to get this right and say it right because it's important for us. We've got to start better than we started okay last season. So we can't afford another crap one. So I'm going to go 2-1 Brentford for this. About you, John?
I think it's going to be interesting with Palace because it's like, yes, they sold Elise. Gehi might be the next one, maybe Adam Wharton. I know they put 100 mil on him, but it depends what Palace are going to do. Yes, they've signed a guy from Real Betis. I think his name's Riyadh. Is he like a Gehi replacement, or is he like? Is he like a Gehi replacement, or is he one of those that helps the manager Glasner with the back three that he has implemented? So. Yeah. And also, Mateta did really well on the back of the end of it. Eze, is he going to stay fit? I'm going to go 2-1 Palace. I'm sorry, Mr. B.
See you, Joe. No, I'm joking.
I
I won't eject you. Don't worry. I wouldn't do that. Even though you could be wrong. Well, I hope you're wrong. Anyway.
If I'm wrong, you can you can rinse me.
You're not allowed on any more shows then, Joe. You know that.
Yeah.
And I expect
I'll
I'll
need,
get
I'll need you for the preview for like Brentford, Chelsea, and Brentford, Ipswich.
Oh yeah. Then that'd be it then, all right?
Yeah, that's it.
You bugger off then, all right? No. I'm joking, mate. You know.
We played both of you 4 times. It's all right.
But anyway, I think I'm going to get the same for Manny. I'm sure he'll come up with a Palace win as well. Won't
No,
you, Manny?
I'm actually going to come up with a score draw, 2-2 between the two teams.
Sitting on the fence once again. But anyway, you get splinters, Manny. You know that. Anyway,
that's why I've got to have a cushion. You see.
Yeah, true. Right, let's get on. We'll only do these few, and then we'll move because obviously we weren't really going to go into all the games, predictions of all the games. So we'll just do the first few of the first matches of the season. So Chelsea, Man City. There you go, Joe. What you got for this one, bro?
Short, sweet, 3-1 City.
You can't see yourselves getting anything at all. No.
Oh, it's going to be hard because, we have Palmer coming back, but what state is he going to be in? You know what I mean? He could be. He didn't have pre-season. Yeah, okay, he deserves his holiday, and I hope he has had a nice holiday. But it's going to be one of those, and yeah, I'm 50-50 on it, but I'll still say 3-1 City.
Yeah. And I don't think we're going to get Neil Mopai back, James. I'm sorry. It doesn't look like it's going to happen at the moment because I think you'll want to sell him to us permanently, and I don't think that's going to happen. So I think Everton want to sell him now rather than put him off on loan and not get for free or anything. So as much as I love his shithousery and everything he keeps doing when he comes to us, he actually scored some goals when he came as well. Don't forget online. He did get, I think he got 9 or 10 goals, something like that. So he did get some goals, actually. And he's a decent player. He's better than people think. You just think he's just a little tosser that does everything bad and winds people up and whatever, all that sort of thing. But he's a good player. He's a good player down there, He is a good player. So, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think the ship sailed there. I don't think he's coming back to us. Well, quite a while anyway. So, but yeah, Man City 3-1. What were you going for, Manny?
Oh, City against Chelsea. Last season, of course, Chelsea were City's bogey team in the Premier League, lost to them narrowly in the FA Cup. New manager. The only problem is, whenever Guardiola comes up against one of his proteges, he more often than not has the upper hand. And I know that Arsenal took 4 points off him last season, but I do not need to be reminded where our teams finished in the Premiership. And with Maresca, I can't see it really being any different. And we're also going to have to find out what sort of a role Vardy will have, because I do believe he'll be sticking around, but I cannot see Maresca making him a starter. He might bring him off the bench as more of an impact player. And this has a narrow City win written all over it. It's not going to be quite as convincing. I'm going for 2-1 because I think Leicester are really going to make sure that they give City a good run for their money. But City win for me, easy.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe. I'm going to go City as well, mate. It's not. I'm not just trying to get you back because of what you said about Brentford.
I would be worried if you said Chelsea to win. I'll be very worried.
No,
I'll be like, this guy's off his knockers.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, lad.
I just think City will have too much. I just think they will. I mean, as much as Chelsea got a good team because you got some good players there. You got Cole Palmer and everything, and others that are good enough. But I still think City will be too much. I'm going to go 2-1 City. It'd be a close one, but 2-1.
Fair enough.
And then Monday, Leicester and the Spuds.
Oof.
on Monday.
Ooh, very, 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 very intriguing clash.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with you, Manny, this time. What are you going to go for here?
You know, I'm sitting so far on the bench. I've sort of, I almost would impale myself, and
Yeah.
I'm sort of, sticking to my guns there. I mean, I can't really move. 2-2 between these two teams. I think Spurs, obviously, under Postecoglou, are going to try and do whatever they can to improve on their previous season. But Leicester are also. No, wait, why was I talking about Jamie Vardy with Chelsea? He's still at Leicester, so Vardy's not
Yeah, I
even
was
in
going
the
to say,
picture.
Manny, come on.
Yeah,
Wake up, man.
I've lost it. I've lost it. I mean,
Yeah,
I've got
that's
one.
He's
I've
so
got
confident.
I've got one eye on the telly because I'm watching the Olympics,
The
and
Olympics,
yeah. So obviously, the new Leicester manager will need to make sure that he uses Jamie Vardy properly. I don't see him starting, but he could come on as an impact sub, and. There's no Harry Kane. At least I got that right. So
Yeah.
Heung-min Son will have a lot of pressure on his shoulders.
Yeah.
I think we could very well see a much improved defensive side to Tottenham.
Yeah.
But again, I just think this is going to be one of those games where Leicester will definitely want to prove that they belong in the Premiership again. And so for me, it'll be a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, Desmond, eh? Yeah.
Yep, good old Desmond.
Manny loves a Desmond.
I don't know. I'm gonna go a Spuds win just about Spuds. I'm gonna go 2-1 Spuds.
I think it'd be 2-1. It'd be interesting though because you got Harry Winks used to play for Spurs, and then you got James Maddison used to play for Leicester. So it's like those two sort of clash in a way. But yeah, I'm going to go Spurs to nick it 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
I think as well, Leicester have lost a lot of their good players, like Dewsbury Hall and that.
Well, they haven't replaced him really.
Well, you got him. Chelsea got him, haven't they?
Yeah, no, but I'm saying Leicester haven't replaced him. Sorry. But yeah. I know they're trying to get Fabio Carvalho, same with Southampton, but hopefully neither of them get him, and hopefully we actually go for sniff and get him.
Yeah, fingers crossed, mate.
I was saying, McKenna, smash the cash. Come on, lad.
Yeah, I think we won't bother with the rest for the time being. It's just going to take too long here, and
we might as well just do the whole 38 if that was the case, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It'll take like 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours maybe to do the whole thing. We're gonna. Can we really? Actually, the question I think was where is it now?
How well they will do.
Predictions for the new season. Where will we all finish and so forth?
I'm going to say Chelsea. I'm going to say 10th. Ipswich 17th. But yeah. Also, what is sorry, Mr. B. What's Charlie Good like? You know, the centre back from Brentford. What's he like?
This will take the Charlie away and put not in front of it.
Oh no. I'm going to watch him on Saturday. He's going to have a disaster class. Great.
Do you think we'll be seeing him if he was any good?
Well, we loaned him, but still. Oh, great.
Yeah. But yeah. So you think your Ipswich will stay in the Premier?
Yeah, but that's just I like if we get relegated, I'm not going to be like crying about it, but like at least I could say I've actually witnessed my team in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Like, and plus, I don't know when do Leicester start with their points deduction as well.
I would have thought right from the start, wouldn't they?
Yeah, well, you would have thought that, but they haven't said anything about it.
So, yeah, they got to, and they can't just do it like midway through or something. Or
they did last season. They did last season with like Everton and Forest, didn't they?
Yeah. No, I think it's got to be from the very start, mate. I would think.
I think they should do that.
Everton 17th again, not optimistic.
Wait.
So James...
Everton didn't finish 17th last season, did they?
I think they did, didn't they? Yeah. They just about stayed up, didn't they?
Nah, they've already done it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure no, wasn't it Forest 17th?
Think so. Oh, well, we were around now. I think we were 16th. I think.
Yeah, no, I think it was. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I don't think. I don't. The season before Everton was 17th. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I don't. No, they were last season because
James says 15th. They finished.
15th. Yeah, that's all right. Push yourself up, man. Get some good. You got some good signs in. To be fair.
Yeah, you finished above us.
Hey.
Yeah, and you because you beat us. I think they beat us twice, didn't they? Yeah, if I remember. I know they beat us. I kept thinking, oh, we're going to do Everton. We're going to do Everton. They're crap. They're useless. They ain't going to do nothing.
Like,
The
nope.
Premier, they freaking beat us, man. But, yeah. Which probably will happen again. Probably Ipswich will beat us. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey.
Might
might go to Griffin Park, Mr. B. Might be going there.
you can go to Griffin Park if you want, but no one will be there.
That's right. We'll see the
Oh, you want to go to the G-Tech, really? But,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see it from afar.
But anyway, yeah, let's get back to what we were discussing there, and yeah, so where teams finish, where could you cause any surprises, Joe? Ipswich, do you think?
I hope it'll be Ipswich. I really do. I don't think Southampton will.
Could Ipswich beat Chelsea?
Probably. Wouldn't surprise me.
Where are your loyalties be then?
I've been in Ipswich for a long time. I've supported Ipswich longer.
Oh, right.
So I'll have to be Ipswich. Please don't crucify me in the comments.
I'm sure they won't, mate. But yeah. So do you think where can you see yourselves getting upsets? And you probably might as well say Brentford. You will beat us, no doubt.
I think most of our games, I think, has been at home will be so important because in the Championship we only lost once at home in the Championship. So I mean, I'm looking at it now. I think Arsenal will probably lose that. Villa, we'll go to them on a Sunday, and they would play Champions League, so they'd probably be lethargic. They'd probably be tired. Bournemouth, maybe. I remember I went to an Ipswich game last couple of years ago. We drew 2-2 to them. Brentford, yes. Brighton. Brighton's a tough one because of their new manager and things like that. Who knows? Chelsea, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised, especially with Enzo. We drew with Leicester both times, home and away. So I wouldn't be surprised. Palace, I doubt. Everton, 50-50. Fulham, I hope we beat Fulham both times because who I work for supports Fulham and they were like, 6 points against Ipswich. I was like, no. Leicester, I hope we both win both times, but then Steve Cooper's a good, decent manager. Liverpool, I think, draw at our place, we'll lose to them. Man U, Man City, yeah, I think we'll both lose that. Spurs, lose. West Ham, lose both maybe. And then Wolves, maybe beat them at ours, but like we did in the Carabao Cup last season. And then maybe a draw at theirs. So who knows?
Yeah, possible. As long as you stay up, you don't mind, really, do you?
Oh, absolutely. But even if we go down, it doesn't bother me. Like I'm not going to be like, heartbroken about it. I'll just be there like, well, fair play. You know what I mean? But
I think as long as you give it your best go as well, your best, you give it your all, 100%. Go.
Exactly. And the thing is, we haven't really sold anyone as like who helped us from League One to the Premier League. Actually, the only players we sold were people like who we brought in and we basically loaned them, and they went on to sign these players permanently. So it is one of those, really. But like I say, if we get relegated, it'll be such a big ask to keep some of the players.
Yeah, I think you will do well, mate. I really do. I think you can stay up. I really do. But then again, I said that about Luton, didn't I? Last season. Look what happened. We all know what happened there. So, and Stepsy ain't here, so I don't like saying it. But anyway, I think Palace might surprise, but yeah, possible. They could do well.
Glasner's a good
Glasner.
manager. He did well at back end of last season.
And what about this one? Do you think this, Joe? Do you think Leicester could do well again coming up?
It's the point deduction, though, isn't it? Like, it depends if they actually are getting it. You would say of the managers, Steve Cooper's the more experienced, but with the players there, they haven't replaced Droopy Hall. And I think some of the players, it's just like, I don't know, like Manny said, Jamie Vardy's not getting any younger, and he's always been a super sub.
Still a good player, but as you say, not getting any younger now. So, they might do. I can't see him going back down again. Could you? No. I mean, do you think we couldn't have another season where they all go back down again? The promoted
it wouldn't
teams?
surprise me. It really wouldn't, because how the gap is between the teams now.
What do you think, Manny? What do you make of that? Do you think they could go back down, all these teams again? Or
I don't think so. I think, Steve Cooper obviously being at Leicester is going to be a bit of a shock to the system, and his return to the City Ground with the Foxes will be really feisty, believe you me. And Leicester should have done so much better than hire him, to be honest, because there were times when he was managing Forest that he wasn't really in control of the ship, and Forest staying up was really, in many ways, in spite of him, not because of him.
Yeah, but, do you think he's really that great a manager? I'm not so sure. I mean, I know he get Forest up a bit. I know he gets them up and whatever, but I don't think he's that special a manager, really.
No, not really. I mean, I know he did well with the England youth team. I think he took, a very young squad to India, believe it or not, and won a World Youth Championship there. But I just don't know if he's really capable of doing the job at that level. Maybe Leicester could prove to be a turning point for him, and he could end up, really changing and improving and evolving and adapting. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to sort of stick my neck out and say at least one of the promoted teams will stay up, and I'm actually going for Forest to go down. I really don't see them. I really don't see them improving. I just don't see them improving enough to continue to stay. So the question is, who will stay up out of them? I would love to see Leicester and Ipswich stay up. Southampton wouldn't mind them necessarily, but if I had to choose off the top of my head, it probably will be Leicester. They just have the better players at the moment.
You just made Joe very upset there, man.
Joe, I really am sorry, but
no, it's all right, man. It's your opinion.
But listen, as I said, I would love to see Ipswich stay up, and it would be wonderful if they do. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm only messing, mate. Like I say, I'm not taking things to heart. Everyone says that, you know what I mean? It's everyone's opinions and predictions, so yeah.
Well, you know what? Before you have a go, Manny, because I know we're going to be talking about Arsenal, of course, and how long that might take. With what you think you could do this season, but I mean, for us, I'm going to say we're going to have a bit better than last season. It can't be any worse.
Not by any means.
I think we're going to at least get. I still think we're going to at least get a couple more players in. I think maybe this Cabral's going to come in definitely. We need another striker. If it's only on loan, so what? And I think we might have to buy him. Possibly after it all, but I think we may get one more other as well. I mean, that little weak link about Gomez, that's not happening. That's never going to happen. Joe Gomez, we're not getting him. No possible way. I love it. That'd be a total dream because he can play in a lot of positions at the back, right back, centre back, left back. Joe Gomez, I think he'd be amazing for us, but that's totally elevate our defence.
I should let you know regarding Gomez that he is much better as a right back than anywhere else. At left back, he can adapt well, but he doesn't overlap. As a centre back, he was a duck out of water at times for Liverpool, and it will remain to be seen if you do get him, how he's going to play, and where he could possibly fit in, and what sort of a role the likes of Aaron Hickey would have in the team, and several others. But
well, that's the thing, Manny. Because sorry, mate, to blame, but I mean that's the thing. We could have injuries again, and he would slot in when we get those injuries. He would go into them positions like Hickey or Henry or whatever.
Yeah, but again, let's also not forget that he's now a full England international, a part of the Euro squad. He might possibly want first team football. Is there a guarantee that he will get that with the Bees?
Well, I think he would, because I mean, we're going to play him. Surely he'd be one of our big players there if we got him. I mean, we ain't had a player like him for a while. I mean, we got Reggie on. That's the closest we've been recently to a really big player. So we got like Gomez in, but I think that's really really sort of weak link though, weak rumour.
Yeah,
I don't think it's ever going to happen. So. But I'd love it. But I think we'll definitely get Cabral in and one other, and I'm not sure who it's going to be yet. But we got I think it's 2 weeks at least to find out. So, but anyway, so yeah, let's get into yours now, Manny. With Arsenal, what do you think you're going to do this season?
Well, we're not going to challenge for the league, and we're not going to finish in the top 2. I think we'll finish 3rd, and that will still somehow be enough for our Gormless fans.
Yeah. Yeah, with the clown still in charge. Yeah.
Yep, and the circus keeps on rolling.
Oh, well, mate. It's a shame, isn't it? Yeah, you should be winning things, but you're not. We know you're getting so close again. What was it? Second, wasn't you? Because he was second, wasn't you?
Back to back.
Yep, back to back, as Joey said.
Yeah, how can you keep losing out? What? Well, I think we know the reason, really. But how come you keep not getting yourselves over the line? And we're going to say bottle jobs.
Yep.
Again.
Yep. And we deserve the criticism that we can get. The day we manage to sort of, get things over the line and show that we are a more serious club is the day we'll change for the better. But for that, Arteta is going to have to leave. And he can take his dog with him.
Yeah. Win.
He's not win.
Dog. Yeah. More like lose the dog, yeah. They probably would.
Down the dog.
And I think it's fair to say that if Winalot were to do any advertisement campaigns, they wouldn't want to have Win, being a part of it. I don't care if his name is similar to that. They say you can't.
Sorry.
No, you were saying, Joe?
I was going to say, surely you should call his dog Lose, really, because then it makes it like, prove this dog wrong and make him happy. He doesn't really be a loser all his life. Deal with you guys. Prove it.
Bottle the dog, yeah. Call it bottler.
Yeah. To be honest, boys, Arteta and Win remind me so much of Wallace and Gromit. It's scary.
Yeah. So where do you? Oh, by the way, I didn't say my position where he's going to finish Brentford, did I? I think actually I'm going to go 12th this season. I think we're just being that near the middle section, near, but not near the European place like we had been for a while, but a lot better than we were last season, definitely. So I'm going to go 12th. So you said 3rd, didn't you, Manny? For you lot, Arsenal.
Yep, 3rd.
All right. And is there anything you think you could do? Any surprises? Anything might happen? Any teams that might come out of nowhere and do something here, like say, well, Ipswich or Southampton, Leicester? Could any of them do any good in the Premier?
You know what? Leicester actually have had a knack of being able to have the better of us more often than not. And if we're not careful and we underestimate them and take them for granted, we could end up suffering the same fate. And I do not want to see that happening, but it looks like it looks as though that could happen. Look out for them to maybe cause a shock. Maresca and Arteta are, I wouldn't say close, but they're managerially like two peas in a pod. I think that's going to be a bit of a tactical masterclass when Arsenal play Chelsea. Again, I don't really rate Cooper as a manager, but Leicester do have the knack of being able to do well against us because they've just got some really good players in their squad. As far as who else could possibly, do well against us, well, let me tell you one thing. If this season we fail to secure a win against Unai Emery, then Arteta has to go. Simple as that.
He's been here he's been there too long anyway, hasn't he? Let's be honest. He's outstayed his welcome pretty much. So.
Oh, you have no idea. No idea.
But anyway,
even the half of it.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Where do you think the rest of the finish are made? Can you see it being City again, winning it again, champions, the Premier?
Regrettably, yes, and especially with the news that they're only going to be fined for their financial misdemeanors, you just know that they're going to take that as a win and say, you know what, no, nothing can stop us now. But
the Starship once saying, yeah.
Oh yeah, and of course, and I think it's fair to say that the Al Mubarak family will be saying, we built this city with all our dough.
Yeah, good one, man. Yeah, good one.
I told you, I try. But look out for Liverpool possibly to cause a bit of a ripple. I think they could end up finishing second. As far as the other two Champions League teams are concerned, I certainly don't think.
Man United.
No, not Manchester United. No chance. I think Spurs could possibly find themselves with a chance if they can, get their act together, because defensively they do look to be a little bit better. Cristiano Romero seems to have, mended his ways and not become so much of a nutter. But they could also provide a bit of a scare. And as far as Chelsea are concerned, it'll be a stretch for them to even qualify in the top places. Aston Villa could finish sixth. I don't think they will repeat their Champions League heroics of last season, but sixth wouldn't be bad at all, considering that they've had to work with PSR pretty much, nagging away at them, as it were.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be a strange one to predict this one because, I mean, you think with Klopp gone for Liverpool, I can't see him making that top four. I think maybe fifth or sixth for Liverpool. Because, I mean, it's still got good enough players, of course. We know they've still got some great players there. But with a new manager, with a new philosophy of playing, a style of play, or whatever, they got to try and work all that out in one season, what he wants to do. And, not buying anyone else either. I just feel, I think fifth or sixth at least, probably six maybe. I'm going for Liverpool. Just trying to think of like the top 4 and 5 now. I think definitely City will win it again. I really do. And then I actually think Pep might go. I think he might leave after this one. Because I think he's been threatening it for a while, I think he wants to move on, doesn't he? He's been here so long. He's won everything that he can possibly win. Right. So I think he might just go this time if they win it again. So
I'm going to speak to you lads in a bit.
Oh, no worries, mate. You got to go, yeah?
Yeah. Right. See you later, Manny. See you later, Steve. Take care, mate.
See you, Joe.
Yeah, cheers, man.
Yeah, you too, mate. Take care. Bye. See you soon. Yeah.
Bye. Take care. And then there were two. So just me and brother T. Manny, looks like we're carrying on with this. So, yeah, so I don't know who's going to get second though. I don't, as I say, could Spurs somehow get in it or
Spurs are not going to finish that high.
no?
But and listen, as I said, you ought not to write off Arnie's slot because look, Liverpool actually needed to have a little bit of freshness in, and I think Klopp leaving is probably one of the best things that could happen to them because now it means they've got to start anew, they've got to try something different, and it could very well be that the change of manager will give some of the established players in the squad the kick up the proverbials they kind of need and sort of make them start to play a little bit better. So I actually do think that Liverpool will do well this season, and I have them finishing second, and it would be because they pretty much do have the same core of players,
Yeah, I guess it's. I don't know. We just with Klopp gone, he's a difficult act to follow, isn't he? So, I don't know, mate. I'm not sure. That's why I just think they might just be out of it. I think, I might go fifth for them. Actually,
so just outside the Champions League places, huh?
Yeah. So, and I think City will be top, definitely. Because they're going to strengthen even more, aren't they? And then we know what they can do. And towards the end of the season, they're just the machine, aren't they? So, I just think, them first. It's a job to know who's going to be second, though. You didn't think Villa could get out there, did you? Did you say Villa?
No. For me, I'm going for Manchester City, Liverpool, and the top four will probably be rounded out by. Oh boy, this is going to be difficult. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I can actually put a finger on who could be finishing the top four this time around, to be honest with you. Mr. B, are you there? Oh, well, it looks as though he's...
Sorry, mate. No, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah, so...
I'll go and do something.
Like I said, I've gone for Manchester City and Liverpool, but I really can't figure out who could be finishing in the top four this time around. It's that difficult to predict.
It is, mate. I wish I knew. It's just going to be, because it's so difficult now. Liverpool have got enough quality to finish well. Slot will need time to adapt. Well, yeah, of course he will. Of course he needs time to adapt. Any new manager will. And when you've had Klopp in charge for so long, it's not going to be easy. So, but yeah. I can't really call it at the moment. I just think all I can say is City winning it. And as I say, I think Liverpool will be fifth. I just wonder if there's some other team might get up there. I know you said something about maybe Chelsea can't, but I don't know really. Newcastle? Can Newcastle get up there into the top 4, 3?
Maybe, and I could possibly revise my prediction and say that maybe Aston Villa will finish in the Champions League places because we're going to see how well they perform, obviously. If they do have a strong start to the season, I think they will end up finishing in the top 4 again. And it'll probably be, Arsenal. I think Arsenal would finish third. That was what I said. So Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and I'll have to go with Aston Villa. And I'll just nip off, but I'll be back in a minute, yeah?
Yeah, no worries, my friend. No worries. Take all the time you want. Yep, no problem. Yeah. So obviously, we've been on here a long time now. It's like coming up to 150, I think now on hours. So, but yeah, it's been really good. We enjoyed this new one. Obviously, it's called The Buzz now, my debate show. So obviously, going to be. Either Monday or Tuesday. It's going to alternate maybe every week now. Obviously, it's didn't want to go on too long, but obviously there is a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. Unfortunately, a couple of my guests are gone, Harry and Joe. But obviously, as I say, follow them. Great channels. I don't think Joe's actually got an actual channel. But yeah, he goes on plenty of things, and obviously Harry has got a channel, Honey Gun. So go and follow him. Great channel. Yeah. So, and let's look at some more of these comments. Of course, James was saying top four: Aston Villa fourth, Liverpool fifth. Liverpool third, Arsenal second, and Man City yet again first. Yeah. Possibly. It is a tough one to predict this time. Yeah, Spurs fifth. United sixth, Newcastle seventh, Chelsea eighth. Yeah, some good calls there, James. Good calls, mate. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I didn't say about the relegation zone. I think it's going to be. I'm going to go for Ipswich and Leicester, just about to stay in it, and I think it'll be Southampton, Forest, and you know what? I'm sorry, James, but I'm going to go for Everton. Sorry, mate. Yeah, Southampton, Forest, and Everton to go down. I really apologise for that, man. But that's what I think. Sorry, dude. Don't hate me. I'm just saying it. You probably won't. You'll probably stay up yet again and get out of it like you always seem to. So, anyway, we'll move on to the next one. The last subject, and obviously we'll be out of here after this, but the summer transfer window. How do we think our teams have done so far? Are we happy with the signing so far? Do we need more in and who? And of course, we haven't got Joe or Harry here to talk to them about it now, unfortunately. We'd like to hear their opinions or, what their version of it. But obviously, we'll start with, obviously, you, Manny, anyway, and I'll go into can't really talk much about my one. What's this other comment? James, yeah. Southampton 20th, Nottingham Forest, and I think Ipswich, yeah. Because I was just saying about my relegation thing, Manny, and I was going to go for Southampton, Forest, and Everton. And I did apologise to James. I'm sorry, but
first of all, before I start, let me just bring up this really big announcement. Congratulations to Keely Hodgkinson, our new golden girl, for winning the 800 meters gold. Absolutely brilliant, blowing the competition away. Delighted for her. Another in the list of female athletes to represent Great Britain over the years. We've got Josh Kerr, also in the final of the men's 1,500 tonight. So I hope he's able to bring home the
confident
gold.
bloke, that guy, isn't he? Joe Kerr. Yeah. Very confident bloke. Josh Kerr,
yeah.
Yeah.
And so of course, Hodgkinson finished second at successive World Championships and also had a silver on her Olympic debut 3 years ago. But she took charge of the final, wouldn't relent. Obviously, her Kenyan rival, Mary Mara, threatened to pass on the outside. But matching Kelly Holmes's 800-meter gold, Dame Kelly Holmes, that is, in Athens 20 years ago, history has repeated itself. Congratulations, Keely. And also to our women's cycling sprint team for winning gold in the velodrome today. Wonderful Olympics, of course, for the for Team GB, and hopefully it gets better in the second week.
Yeah. It's still a little way to go on it with the Olympics. So I've been enjoying it. I ain't watched everything, but obviously I watched some of it, and it's been really good, isn't it? Been really good stuff.
Yeah.
So
absolutely,
the athletics I love. So
And we do have Miss Molina in the chat. Good evening to you, obviously from
Good evening to
Toronto.
you.
Delighted to see Ethan Katzberg winning the hammer throw for Canada last night with an absolute monstrous performance. And you can also lend your thoughts in on what you think of our transfer window. So I do believe we've secured the signature of Ricardo Calafiori, and the biggest issue I have is that
Hold on a minute,
people have
mate.
been.
I'll just bring this page up and then you can carry on. Yeah, I'll just bring this up, and because it's got like the transfer windows of every club, all the ins and outs. So
Yeah, you do that. Thank you. That'll help me a great deal. I appreciate that.
So I'll bring that up, and then you can fire away, my friend. Done deals and Arsenal. There we go. Lucas Nygaard has gone Nordisland on a free. Oh, sorry, come into Arsenal on Nordisland. And Raya. I wonder where he came from.
We all know, mate.
27 million.
You could say he sort of buzzed in and stung Aaron Ramsdale out of the first team spot.
So you're going to give us Ram now in to replace him?
Well, if you want, we could. I mean, there is some talk about him possibly, going to Nottingham Forest instead. So good luck to him if he does. But we'll take a look at that. And then, of course, we got the young Tommy Setford, who could add a little bit to the goalkeeping thing. And then Calafiori.
Yeah,
and one of the biggest departures, of course, is Emil Smith-Rowe, who's gone to West London. Sadly, not to the GTEC Stadium, but over to Craven Cottage.
And looking at the rest of these, I think I know Amari Cozier Dewberry. I know him.
Arthur Kwankwo, he's gone to Wrexham.
Mamadou
El Neni, of course, who is actually playing in the Olympic semi-final tonight. And I'll tell you what, the Egyptians are really giving the French a run for their money. It's 0-0 at the moment. And Cedric the Entertainer released, Nuno Tavares released, Sambi Lakonga gone to Sevilla on loan, and Chida Obi Martin released. But the number of signings, it really is discomforting. And there was talk about us possibly getting Mikel Merino, which would have been an absolute coup after his performances for Spain.
I thought you was
and
going to get him.
but we're just so far again, we're just not really doing what we need to do. What Arteta is trying to do is sort of depend on the existing chemistry he's got with his squad and basically trying to show face with his favourites. And I just don't know if I just don't know if that's going to be the best course of action to take. And it just angers me a great deal that we're not really showing enough in terms of seriousness. We still don't know what's going to happen with Kieran Tierney. He should be one of those names out. And I don't know if he's what his future is going to be.
We're taking money. We're taking. We'll take Tierney.
Oh, believe me, you'd be welcome to him. He'd thrive with you. And obviously, partnering with his mate Aaron Hickey, that would be a sight to behold.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Come on, let's ready that deal. Let's get this paperwork sorted, yeah?
Yeah, I just don't know if Tommy Frank would be very interested in taking a chance on an injury-prone player.
Well, he's still a quality player, though. Aaron Tierney, he's an incredible player.
Oh, definitely.
One of your best left backs, really.
One of the best would have been one of the best left backs we've ever had injuries not intervened. And
we've got Pinchenko. Left back.
Don't get me started.
You can say, eat my shots, Bart Simpson, eat my shots.
Yeah. And so again, I'm not really happy with the window, and we need a little bit more in terms of reinforcements. I think Jurrien Timber coming back to fitness will be quite useful for us. It will be interesting to see how well he does. I just hope that Arteta will use him a lot more prudently, and yet his willingness to continue to use this inverted style will be, what causes us to suffer, and that's what's really horrible.
And I'll quickly go, before we go through the rest of these, I'll quickly go down to Brentford. Well, there won't be a lot there to talk about. In Igor Thiago, Club Bruges, got a meniscus injury. 30 million. We're screwed. Well, the big striker we got in, probably our club record signing, Igor Thiago, and he's got injured already. Not good. Not good, mate.
Very bad luck, but can't do very much about it, I'm afraid.
As for a lot of the Benjamin Frederick, I've got no clue. Simoibin, I don't know him, undisclosed. Julian Eyestone, who? Duke Blue Devils 3, who?
Duke University Blue Devils.
Oh, right, okay. I still don't know him, Manny. I still ain't got a clue.
They're an American university sports team.
Oh, right, that about
so he's going to go there to play football and study. Good on him.
Yeah, it just about says it all for us, doesn't it? We sign someone like that. But anyway, so the outs, as we know, David Raya, Arsenal, 27 million. Daniel Oyegoki, whoever that is, I don't know him either. Hearts undisclosed. I know Shandon Baptiste, played for us, gone to Luton on a free. I kept telling somebody about that, not to mention that person's name, but I kept telling him. Thomas Strakosha, gone to AK Athens on a free. Don't know why. I thought he was a decent keeper, to be honest.
Quality keeper, did well for Albania in the Euros.
What are you doing, Thomas? What's wrong with you?
Well, he doesn't want to be second choice behind Mark Flecken. What can you do?
Yeah, Flecken. Oh, thanks, Manny. Yeah, Angel Rahuri, Beasley 3. Salmon Godos, he was good, I thought. Pretty good for us.
Definitely.
Release. Charlie Good, who of course Joe was on about earlier, but not good in front of that, really. I'm glad he's gone. Vincent Angelini, who? Release. Charlie Farr, release. Byron Wilson, release. Nathan Young Coombs, release. Arian Zabelli. Ellery Balcom, another one of our keepers, gone to St Mirren on loan. Actually done quite well when he played, I thought. Young guy. He actually done well. And in Michael Adekigbe, he done well. And yet he's gone to Wigan on loan. Tristan Kramer, I believe he played recently. Didn't look too bad, I thought. He's gone out to X2 on loan. And Finley Stevens.
I wonder if there was another Kramer on the opposition. Would have been Kramer versus Kramer.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, I'm a very good driver. So I'm just doing my Dustin Hoffman impression. Sorry. Kramer versus Kramer. Yeah, one of my favourites, Rain Man. Because the real guy died. You know the one it was based on? He died. He passed away. Rain Man.
Oh, sad.
The autistic guy. Great film. I love that film. Brilliant. But anyway, back to all this. Villa. Look, in Ethan Amundsen Day. Copenhagen, undisclosed. Cameron Archer, I thought, quite a decent player, you know. Sheffield United.
Yeah, he seems. I think they brought him back, which is a bit of a surprise. But Ross Barkley coming back is really, really a good buy.
Very good. Barrenetxea, Juventus, undisclosed. Lewis Dobbin, sounds like a panto. He should be in, but anyway. Everton, 10 million. Samuel Inning Jr., Juventus, undisclosed. Omar Kadir, Z, undisclosed. Oh, Matson, I've heard of him at Chelsea. 37.5. Yeah, I remember him, Ian Matson. Yeah, I think he's pretty decent as well, you know. Good player. Amadou Onana, yeah. Some player. Everton, 50 million. And Philogene, you know what? I think we were interested in him at one stage. Jaden Philogene. From Hull. He's a quality. You know, I think he plays in the under-21s for England. He looks really good, man. And he gets goals, you know. Hull City, 80 million. Ooh.
Got Tony in the chat and might possibly...
Oh, big up, Tony. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, at last, he's here. Yeah, apologies, just got in. We'll catch up on the stream. Yeah, no problem. You can still come on if you want. Well, we'll be ending very shortly now. It's gone. It's like over 2 hours now.
Yeah.
So we'll be finishing very soon, mate. But if you want to hop on briefly, you're welcome to. So I did send you the link. So up to you, mate. Up to you. But yeah, the outs. Tim Irigbunham. I've heard of him.
Eric Burnham, yeah, he's gone to Everton, obviously. So Anana came the other way.
Yeah, Amari Kellyman from Chelsea, 19 million. To Chelsea. Douglas Luiz, yeah, we know him. Juventus, 21 million. Moussa Diaby, a bit surprised, but there you go. Al Ittihad, undisclosed. Sebastian Revan, Wrexham, undisclosed. Morgan Sanson, I've heard of him. Nice, 3.4 million. Vijami Sinizalo.
Yeah, Sinisalo.
Celtic, 1 million. Callum Chambers. Oh, I wonder where he came from one stage.
Yep. And now, of course, he's gone to Aaron Ramsey's former team, Cardiff City. Enjoy your time in Wales, Callum.
Yeah, plenty of lovely countryside for you there. Jack McDowell, free. Kipiana, free. Dylan Mitchell, Swindon, free. Taylor J. Hart, released. Chisholm Afoka. I said that right. Released. Frankie Ealing. Oh. Yeah, I ain't been there for a while, Ealing. Do you know that?
Yeah, most of these guys are actually youth players, and there have been a few people I've seen, been on the bench. Coutinho's a big one, gone to Vasco da Gama on loan. Aston Villa trying to get rid of him, but for some reason they just can't. Philip Marshall, of course, was also on the bench as a backup keeper. The rest of them, Tommy O'Reilly, Louis Barry, Benjamin Chrisena, are just all youth players. And don't worry about manners with me, Tony. It's not a big deal at all. Always good to see you in the chat. And thanks a lot for coming in.
Yeah, he's right. James is right. There are many clubs who are after Philogene as well. Yeah, they were. A really promising player. Looks very good, talented. I'm just surprised we didn't go for him. Really, I really do. He's one of the ones we could have bought. I think youngsters.
Yep, absolutely.
You say about you talking about all the teams. Well, we try not to, Manny. We're just only going to go for a few here. I don't know if you want to talk about Bournemouth, really, because that's one of your teams you're interested in. So,
yeah, well, it's good to see that they've got NSU now. He was on loan, of course, for them last season, and he did really well. And I think knowing Craig Beasley as well as I do, he would be delighted with that deal. Dean Huijsen going to Juventus is a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Out, Kiefer Moore, who was actually on loan at Ipswich last season. He's now moved to Sheffield United.
Lloyd Kelly, Newcastle on a free.
Yeah, so sad end for him. Former skipper at one particular point of time. You could say it's a case of how the mighty have fallen. But Eddie Howe will do a good job with him. And Howe, obviously, Eddie obviously knows him well. And Howe.
Yeah, and Noah Crisp there. I bet he was released because he was a walker. Not a runner. Crisp, yeah.
The Eagle. Ryan Fredericks released. Bit unfortunate, but sometimes you have to be
Marcondos. I know that man. Marcondos. Ex-Brentford. Emiliano Marcondos. Responsible for getting us up into the Premier. Scoring in the final day, the playoff thing at Wembley. He scored that goal, one of them goals. With Tony.
Would you take him back?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I think that ship might have sailed, unfortunately. But I think he was a really good player. I really did rate him.
As with Maupay, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm afraid, yeah. Ewan Pollock. Again, I'm not swearing. What's his name? Darren Randolph. Heard of him, of course. Harry Redknapp Jr. Righty. Released.
The former boss's son might have to move on to pastures new.
Yeah. Again, not many there. I know really. Charlie Osborne do know, I think, but go to Brighton. They brought in a few. Of course, Dewberry, one of them from Arsenal on a free. Don't know that many of them. Pascal Gross, that was a big surprise, isn't it? Him leaving there. Good player.
Oh, you're on to Brighton now, are you?
Yeah. He went to Borussia for 10 million.
Yeah. Adam Lallana also gone to Southampton. And with Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep, Sheffield Wednesday, of course. And Kjell Scherpen off to Sturm Graz. I think he was in the first team squad for a bit, but now obviously he's gone over to gone to Belgium to enjoy a loan deal.
Yep.
And then
let's move on to Hanno, your team, Chelsea. He's not in here, I know, but I just thought I'd mention him because he would be interested in all this. Keenan Dewsbury Hall, as we know, from Leicester, 30 million. Good player. We were after him, of course. No one we were after. Mark Geehey. Well, it's not him. Who's that? Barcelona. I thought it was the other Geehey that was at Palace. No.
It's Zhuyu, I think.
Zhuyu. Okay.
Yeah.
Well. Amari Kellyman, Tosin, good player from Fulham on a free.
And take a look at Philip Jorgensen, the Villarreal goalkeeper. He obviously was first choice with the Yellow Submarine last season ahead of Pepe Reina, but now he's come to Chelsea, and he will probably lend some competition to the goalkeepers there. I don't know if Sanchez is still there, we'll find out, or Petrovic is still there, but Jorgensen will provide some good competition. And Lewis Hall.
Cool.
Yeah, Lewis Hall to Newcastle. Omari Hutchinson has gone to Ipswich, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
We've mentioned Matson going, and Ziyech has also secured his move to Galatasaray. Thiago Silva, Fluminense, and nothing much else. So they've gotten rid of quite a few players, many of them on loan, but some of them also at the end. They haven't really needed to make too much in terms of money. I think Matson might be the only one on which they've made a bit of bob.
Yeah. Palace, of course, in there, only a few, about 4 players in.
Shadi Riyad, as mentioned earlier, and Daichi Kamada, the Japanese international.
Yeah.
Ismail Assar from Marseille is also a very, very good buy indeed.
And Elise, of course, gone. Yeah.
And speaking of goodbye, we say goodbye to Elise and
Don't know many of these others. James Tompkins, I know him.
He was in the squad, obviously.
Malcolm
Ebaway on loan to Oxford United. He was in the squad, of course, for a few games.
Everton, Amari Benjamin from Arsenal, I'm afraid.
Another youth player.
Jack Harrison Leeds on loan. I'll tell you what, he's good. I rate him, Harrison. He did play for England at one stage as well. So I think he's pretty good. I do rate him. Lindstrom, Jake O'Brien.
Obviously, they've let Dobbin and Onana go to Aston Villa for a combined total of 60 million. Ben Godfrey's gone to Italy for about 10.2. Andy Lonergan, he's still playing. I can't believe that. He's gone over to Wigan on a free.
Yeah, Dele Alli's been released.
As has Andre Gomez. And so what is Dele going to do next? We'll have to see.
I don't know. Ryan Sessegnon at Fulham.
Maybe
Spurs.
Delhi could come over here to India and play for the Delhi team, the Dynamos.
Yeah. Delhi for Delhi. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, Smith Rowe. Fulham.
And Sessegnon from Spurs, and
Yeah.
this chap Cuenca, who's also come from Villarreal. But
Mm.
Palhinha has gone to Leicester. De Cordova Reid has gone to Bayern, I should
He's
say.
gone to
De Cordova
Bayern, yeah.
Reid's gone to Leicester. Tosin, free by Chelsea. Marek Rodak has been
Rodak
released.
moment. Gone released.
Very harsh. I mean, obviously he was the goalkeeper who got them promoted again, but ever since Leno came in, Rodak has hardly been used. But at least Rodak can say that he went to the Euros and Leno didn't. Back up to Martin Dubravka. And yeah, so
you okay there, Manny?
yeah, just had a bit of a cough. I'm fine.
Okay, mate. No worries. Yeah, just quickly go through Leicester. Yeah, they got. I think De Cordova Reid's a good player. You know.
Yeah, and we passed over Ipswich. I think Omari Hutchinson going over there, and Joe mentioned that Liam Delap has come in from Manchester City, which will also be a good one. And they've also signed the Burnley goalkeeper Arianet Muric. Now, Muric never should have been second choice behind Trafford last season. I thought since he came in, Burnley looked a lot better. And now, of course, he's gone over there, and he looks quite good. And Connor Townsend going to West Brom.
Yeah.
And obviously none of these players that we've heard of for quite some time.
Yeah, Leicester, of course, as we say. They've lost, of course, Dewsbury Hall to Chelsea.
Mark Albrighton released too, don't forget him. Kelechi and Iacho also released. Dennis Pratt.
Yeah. And
Liverpool haven't signed anyone.
None.
What a shock.
Yeah. No, I wonder what position he plays. None. Yeah. Striker? No, don't know. Anderson Arroyo. All these they've let go. Zach Yagielka, he must be the son of Phil. Yeah.
Yeah, looks that way.
Joel
Matip.
Joel Matip, yeah.
Thiago Alcantara has retired. Manchester City, Savio from Troyes. They've let go Liam Delap.
One signing they made.
Sergio Gomez, Taylor Harwood Bellis, Josh Adam, Jamal Baptista, and Jan Couto. So they've haven't got too much money in, and they've let players go on loan, but none of the first team players have left so far. So it will be interesting to see if more and more people might end up leaving after the season. I'm expecting maybe Jack Grealish, among others, to consider his future there.
Do you think Arsenal could go for him, Manny?
No, I don't think so. We can't afford him.
No.
And even if we were to buy him, he'd probably slot in on the left. But what would that mean for Gabriel Martinelli?
That's true. Yeah. I think Martinelli's good anyway. I mean, he's showing all his promises coming to fruition. I think at last, it's he's. Do you think he's still a little bit inconsistent though, Martinelli? Would you say he's still inconsistent?
Yeah, inconsistent in some ways, but I think he's improving. And this just in, there's been a world record in the pole vault. Sweden's Armand Duplantis with 6.25 meters. What a jump!
Yeah. What was that? I think there was that women's pole vault the other day, wasn't there, with Molly Caudry, or was that?
Yeah, that was the women's, and obviously Caudry was eliminated at the very beginning, and sad for her. And it could very well be that Duplantis has supplanted everyone at the top of the standings. I think he might have secured the gold. I don't know.
Yeah.
And James say,
and Kamada. Yeah. O'Brien and the kid from Villa are smart business for us. We still need a striker. Yeah. Dele Alli, he's still training at Everton. We'll get a new contract with us. I do not know.
It might. It could very well be that he might not get a new contract because I don't know what sort of a role Dyche will have for him. To be honest.
Yeah, that was a good move for Smith Rowe. I think Arsenal might regret letting him go, though. I think he's a very good player. I really do. But there you go. Yeah, Man United, we're on to them. And they've made like 4 signings. So Lenny Yoro from Lille, 58.9. Joshua Xerxes from Bologna, 36.5. Silva Mexis from Ipswich, compensation. James Overy, Perth Glory on a free.
Xerxes and Calafiori, of course, were teammates at Bologna.
Oh, right. Yeah. And a few of these, of course, gone Mason Greenwood, as we know. Alvaro Fernandez, Willie Canwala, Donny van der Beek, Charlie McNeil. Oh, Martial, of course, released. And Varane, Brandon Williams, Tom Huddleston, of course. Yeah, he was still there. He's retired. Yeah. Newcastle, Lewis Hall, as we said. Miodrag Pivas, is it Pivas or Pivas? FK Jedin Stovo, undisclosed. Odysseus Vlachodimos.
Vlachodimos, the Greek international goalkeeper.
Yeah. Nottingham Forest, undisclosed. And of course, Lloyd Kelly, from Bournemouth. John Ruddy, of course, as well. Birmingham on a free. They let go Elliot Anderson, Yankuba Minta, Carl Crossley, Jude Smith, Dylan Stevenson. Don't know many of these.
Amadou Diallo, Paul Dummett has been
Paul
released,
Dummett,
as has the Irish veteran Jeff Hendrick, Loris Karius. Matt Ritchie also released. So obviously a lot of peripheral players have been let go, and rightly so, you'd have to say.
Yeah. And all those. Forest have got a few in, haven't they? So, Elliot Anderson, Eric De Silva, Nikola Milenkovic, Carlos Miguel, Marco Stamenic, Shared Cahill, and Jota Silva. Let Freuler go. Mangala.
Yep.
Nikati. Brandon Negrida. Julian Larson. Henry Lister. Harry Arter released.
Ooh, I haven't heard his name in a long time. Wayne Hennessy, also the Wales reserve goalkeeper. We'll have to see if he finds a club. And I don't even know if he's going to continue playing for Wales anymore. I think that ship might have sailed, but we'll have to see.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's all at Southampton. Yeah. Cool. Look at them. All them players they've signed. Oh my God.
Yep.
Flynn Downs. Well, I've heard of him. West Ham. Ronnie Edwards. Taylor Harwood Bellis. I've heard of. Man City. Yukinara Sugawara. Ben Brereton Diaz. They've got him there. Nathan Wood. Adam Lallana. Yeah. Wellington. Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo. All these players, man, they brought in. Incredible. Let a few go as well. Shay Adams. All right, Stuart Armstrong, he's with us. Stuart Armstrong. On trial at the Bees. We may get him on a free. So, I don't know. He's got a lot of experience. He ain't a bad player, I don't think. He's got, he's played for Scotland and everything. So, played in the Premier before. He could be a decent one for us if we get him. It's only on a free. What we got to lose, Manny, So.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, we might as well get him. Spurs. The Spuds. They got a few in there. Archie Gray. He should have gone to Brentford. Should have gone to Brentford.
Yeah. A potential huge shock. Egypt to 1-0 up against France. So El Neni getting one over Lacazette for now. And there's about...
that would be a real shock, that would be. For Egypt
you bet.
Oh, I mean, I think France have almost got a second team out, though, haven't really.
Yeah, you could say that.
Timo Werner. He's still only on loan, Timo Werner.
Yeah.
See all them out.
Obviously.
Eric Dyer.
Eric Dyer,
Yeah.
Joe Roden gone to Leeds, Ivan Perisic, Hajduk split. That was pretty much confirmed before the end of the season last time around.
Another good player, I think, though. Another good player, Perisic. But
quality. Tanganga and Dombele, all reserve players. Sessegnon gone to Fulham, Højbjerg, Marseille on loan, Brian Hill, Girona on loan. So obviously they made a lot of big activity as well, getting rid of some players and trying to evolve their squad. So good on them.
And there's Tony's, West Ham. Lewis Gilhermet, they brought a few in as well. Max Kilman, Wes Foderingham.
Good backup goalkeeper. I think they might have released Fabianski. He might have retired. I'm not too sure. Crescencio Somerville from Leeds and Fulkrug from Dortmund. What a quality buy that would be. That is.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. They've done some good business there at West Ham, haven't they? You know?
Yep.
Really good. And Rama. Wonder where he came from one day. In Rama. Yeah. On to Leon. 30 million. Flynn Downs. Yeah. Nathan Trott. Ben Johnson. Don't know many of these either.
Ogbonna's been released.
Enzo Ogbonna, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Wolves out for 3 months.
Yeah, Wolves, Tommy Doyle in. Rodrigo Gomez, Pedro Lima, Arthur, Nasta, Larkal, I don't know. I think that's right.
Larkal Athletic. And then Jorgen Strand.
It's not Arthur Nasta from Larkal Athletic, of course, yeah. Jorgen Strand Larsen, yeah. Max Kilman, yeah. Don Plank, that's a good name, isn't it? Don Plank, yeah.
Yeah.
Bit wooden, isn't he? Anyway.
You could say that.
Anyway, we come to the end there at last, Manny. That took a while. But yeah, this has been another good discussion, a long discussion. We could be getting to 3 hours if we carry on, but we ain't going to do that. Just read a few more comments and then you'll shout your socials and then we'll be out of here, mate. All right. So,
perfect.
Right, what was that? Smith, yeah, we said all that, done that one. 3 months this Euro is out for. Haven't got a clue who this Xerxes is. True. Didn't really know either of them, to be honest. Getting Greenwood out the door had to happen. Yeah. Yeah, John Ruddy. I forgot he was still playing. Yeah. Yeah, he's still a good keeper, you know. Still decent. So, Shea Cahill, son of Tim Cahill, yeah. All right. And yeah, Brereton Diaz is a great signing for Southampton. I guess so. I don't think do you think he done well at Sheffield United? He got some goals, but I don't think he was that special, really. You know, after what he done at Blackburn, you know, he was incredible there. Because we were after him, of course. Another one we were after. Add to the list. But yeah, and James Dart, cheers, lads. Take care. You too, James. Yeah, have a good one, mate. Enjoy your weekend and everything. All the sports still going on and all that. So, but anyway, Manny, where can we find you, my friend, after this long stream we just done?
Well, you can find me on both of your channels, Mr. B, the Hive of Football chat, and also the chat where we talk England cricket. And I also now want to segue into some very sad news. Former England batsman, of course, Graham Paul Thorpe, MBE, passing away 3 days after celebrating his 55th birthday. I don't even know if you could say it was a celebration because he was ill for some time. Yeah. There were no updates on his condition, so Steve and I were pretty much hoping that no news would be good news. And so the news that came in absolutely shocked both of us. Both of us remember him as a wonderful batsman for England in what was a pretty poor England team at the time. Near the end of his career, England started to do better, and he played a big role in that. Very unfortunate to have been cut from the squad for the 2005 Ashes, but at least he was able to do something that Michael Vaughan didn't do, and that is play 100 tests for England.
Yeah.
And obviously went into coaching with the New South Wales, and also was involved with the England setup, was a big part of our staff as we won the 2019 ODI World Cup. And so very underrated player who's left his a huge impact on English cricket. Prayers go out to his wife Amanda, his two children, his father Jeff, and obviously his brothers Ian and Alec, I think their names are, and everyone else who knew and loved him. We offer our condolences and our prayers, and hope that he will rest in peace, and you will all find comfort and strength from the Lord. Other channels, Del Boy Gunner TV, Coach's Corner, Oris Talks Football, Up the Cherries in all departments, Huddersfield Town Fan TV, where we did some good work for the European Championships. Maybe if the Terriers were to play Arsenal again, Ryan Mather will have me back on the channel to do a preview. We'll take a look and see. Also, Rich Sports, Football United, Gone Down UK, Southern Gooner, also Spurs Asia TV, AFC Talk Show TV, Tony Claude Gunner TV, and several other channels on YouTube where I have made a few sporadic appearances, all quite close to my heart. And if they don't believe me when I say that, as usual, the check's in the post. And nothing much else to say, except I hope that you all enjoy the sporting action taking place, especially the Olympics. Hopefully, Team GB will continue to add more medals and to their collection. Gold for Hodgkinson and the women's sprint team tonight in the velodrome. And hopefully, we'll see Josh Kerr adding another goal, athletics gold, and a few more for our guys. And France have just equalised. And it's Jean-Philippe Mateta who scored the winner, in fact, against Argentina in their last game. Hakuna Mateta, what a wonderful phrase. It ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. A problem-free philosophy. And now, hopefully, France will have no problems, except if they don't score after this, they'll be going to extra time. Yeah. And as I said, enjoy the Olympics, and obviously I know that you'll all be excited for the start of the club football season, but international football will always be a bit higher for me, because at least you're not going to have some people saying you don't deserve to support our club because you're not from our city, you don't live close to the stadium. How dare you say something like that? And I don't want to publicize this person on the stream, but I will talk to Mr. B about it later on.
Yeah.
But again, there's so much sporting action for you all to enjoy. Cricket, the England Sri Lanka series will be starting soon. England have named their squad. I'm sure Mr. B will do a stream. Yeah, with an injury. Zach Crawley also out with a finger injury. So Dan Lawrence has come in. No more Keaton Jennings unless Lawrence or Duckett get an injury. We could see the return of the big South African-born Lancashire captain. And
love that,
we'll have to take a look and see. I would. And France, thinking that they had scored the go-ahead goal, but disallowed for a foul in the area, and Lacazette not being a happy chappy about it. And no more sports commentary from me. All I can say is take care of yourselves, be safe, and be happy. Have a great week ahead. Do unto others as you'd have others do unto you, and don't do anything that Mr. B or I wouldn't do. Big up to Harry and Joe for joining us earlier on, and I hope they'll come back on on the stream again. And big up to everyone who joined us in the chat: Tony, Warren, Mel, James, and everyone else. If I've missed any of you, I'll send you a check too. Chelsea fan, yes, I can't forget him. And until then, we bid you adieu, and we will see you all very soon. And once again, apologies for talking a mile a minute.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Well said as usual, and obviously got this up there. RIP Graham Thorpe, prayers go to his family, gone but never forgotten. He will be never forgotten. He was incredible, fantastic player, great guy. Apparently, I reckon he didn't say too much, but then he was still outspoken as well in the dressing room and things like that. But he was only 55. That's still a young age as far as I'm concerned. We still don't know what was the cause, but it's just a real shame. Lost another fantastic player, cricketer. But yeah. Move on from that. It's a sad thing, but obviously there's plenty to be happy about with the sports going on, with the Olympics and everything else. Still football going on. We've still got friendlies. I think we might be playing. I think it's Friday we're playing, or Saturday. We got one against Wolfsburg, a friendly. So I think that's our last one. So I think that might be Friday. I don't know what you're playing, Manny, but I think you're playing a friend. I know you got Emirates Cup, haven't you? Is it Emirates Cup?
Yeah, but obviously I don't get TV coverage of that, so I'm not really tuning into that nonsense. And I'll be honest with you, Steve. I'm not really enthused about this season, and it could very well be, as you said, a case of a repeat and not even a rinse. But we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, that's true. And as Manny's already said, thanks to everyone that's been in here tonight, all the guests. We've had Joe and Harry. And as I say, follow them. I think Joe hasn't actually got a channel yet. I don't think he has, but I know Harry has, so go and follow him. Got great content on his channel. So go and this guy here still hasn't got a channel. Mr. Brother T here. But I think you should have. But I'm sure you might do one day, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'll look into it. Obviously, if it's a time investment more than anything else, and it will obviously take up quite a bit. But if and when it happens, you will be among the first to know. And it goes without saying that you will definitely be a guest on my show, and we'll talk about quite a lot of things. But we'll see what happens, though. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully it won't go on as long as this one does. But this was another 2-hour thing. But it's good to do this, and as I say, first time back, first one of the sort of new season, you could say, and a new name, of course, the Buzz. I called it the Buzz. I thought it has to be the Buzz with a B. So the Buzz Football Debate, and as I say, this is going to be pretty much every week. It'll either be a Monday or Tuesday, or either of those days. So it might change. Yeah, but thanks to everyone that has been watching it and enjoyed it all. So follow me on Instagram, Mr. B for Life 182. Subscribe to Mr. B for Mr. B Hiver Football Chat and Mr. B Talks England Cricket. And I hope you all have a great weekend and enjoy the sport and everything going on. But for now, we are out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.
Cheers, everyone.